Sorry, I'm looking at some recording things right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not paying attention to what you were saying at all.
Oh, not paying attention to what I said at all. I was curious because we ended the session at the long rest, like when we were spending the night, and I was curious if I could use a sending spell to contact the High Priest of Vapo, so that way I can use a spell slot without losing it the next day.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, let me type up what I want to send real quick then. We got new information this day, and I would definitely want to tell him that, like, hey, we've been attacked by demons, and it's my spirit can't tell me, and weird shit's happening.
We got attacked by demons. Do you care now?
He cared before. He was willing to do the ritual.
I wasn't there.
Is Discord up? Thank you, Discord. I need to pull you over here now.
Beauty school dropout.
Fuck,
Fuck,
I'm tired. Get attacked by demon, and they were bitches.
And hold on.
I love my mom so much.
And the weeks are 10-day weeks, right? We confirmed that already.
Yeah.
Making sure.
Did that? I'm not sure. Yeah, we'll go with that if that's what's.
I can't remember. I think you might have said normal week. Normal.
No, I'm quite certain.
Okay.
As someone who's gone back and listened to recordings, I'm quite certain we've established their 10-day weeks.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, I do know that at least with the calendars and everything, I had a lot of ideas on that, but have stopped those at one point.
I feel that, man.
Because, well, yeah, that was getting too confusing, but also for timekeeping sakes, in game, I think it would be getting around close to winter at this point.
Okay.
Oh no, Pool of Health is gonna freeze over.
No.
I don't have a
Pool of
response to
Health.
that.
Getting close to winter are the best time or the worst time to go to the swamp. Just like let's go to freaking Fantasy Florida and not have to deal with the snow.
Fantasy Florida and not have to deal with the snow. On that note, I know last session, we did Abashes, but Azri didn't know what those were, and I, as a player, found out that there are low CR Abashes.
That
I did
that's
not know that.
the last thing that happened, indeed.
And before that, we had a meditative session in which Hephe got further in the Hall of Dreams.
Yes.
And we got a lizard. At least Decorm got a lizard. And we almost got attacked by Basilisk, but we had a magical hub. And we saw a giant with 2 heads. And we traveled to the swamp and realized that we could travel over the swamp if we cast the spell, so we could be faster. And we had a discussion about whether we should run or just kind of march. And I think that's what happened in back right order.
Sounds about right.
I've now just realized, due to the water walk spell, that Fluke was basically Naruto running over water.
Of course.
Not ashamed, I'm just now aware.
Alrighty.
No.
Are you still typing, Ralgo, or? Yep.
Yes. I need to cut down one word.
Just roll for random.
Roll d26.
It's also minor, but Fluke and Ezra did have a mild heart-to-heart at one point. And
Oh, yeah.
Fluke and Porcelain also did some sword training, so they've been doing that.
Yes, we did. I didn't fucking make
God,
that thing
killed
ever.
me so fucking much. Sorry.
But
There
what?
we go. That's better.
That whole sword fight conversation, I was just giggling and jiggling in my chair.
Giggling and jiggling.
He's pulling a Lawyer Bailey.
A lawyer, Bailey.
A Laura
Lawyer.
Bailey.
Lawyer
Well, to be
Bailey.
fair, with Eldritch Knight, it's not always a good idea to use your bonus action for an offhand attack, but if you don't have anything else going on. Basically, you just need a set of thing to hit normally, and then just not add your dexterity to the hit.
Oh, unless I get a feat, and then I can.
Yeah, if you get a feat well, actually the feat doesn't technically do that, though. I guess we could also do that depending. I don't really know, but it's the
A
fighting
question for you.
style that adds your attack.
Is there such a thing as a feat that gives a fighting style, maybe? Like
There is
Weapon
one of
Master. Yeah.
Yeah, in the UA.
So if she gets a feat that does it.
I was just more saying with the dual wielding feat, it gives you a +1 to AC. It lets you use non-light weapons, which, I mean, for most people it's just rapiers, but I think not only do I have a magic rapier designed to be used as a pair that we're currently using, but also I think Slump's also kind of like, they weigh 2 pounds, why are they not light? That's dumb.
Because 2 pounds spread across a long distance is interesting to wield. Wow, wow, wow. All right then. Waiting on DN.
Yeah,
well,
he's
give 1 second,
doing
still
sending stuff with me.
responding to Ralgo.
Yeah.
Secrety secrets.
So I used two sending. I used two sending spells. The first one was, "Hello, learn Chody lied about Fire Spirit attack, and he is working with Ravaging Flame. Talk to Pool Health. Learn she can't tell." In which the response was, "If she can't tell, it's likely that you'll need to attack the source instead of a disease. Otherwise, the disease will likely return." And then I sent a second message saying, "Pool Health gave vision of cave, traveled down and saw a huge red fiend. He attacked me. Small black and white ones attacked us." And then we'll see what he responds to that, which is why Slumperd needs more time. He probably wasn't prepared for me to say, to give, like, there's an actual visions and stuff.
The thing
You know, it's weird. Sending is such a minor spell that it almost feels like it shouldn't be level 3, but it also just really can mess with DMs to a great degree. In a way that's interacting with the world, so it's great, but it's just like...
Oh, I do not think sending is a minor spell at all. Be able to get information from from anywhere across the world? Oh man, that is so powerful.
Yeah, especially in, like, I try in my campaigns to have information be a very important part of the campaign, so sending spells become very important.
Yeah. Honestly, I honestly usually like using them if for no other reason than I like interacting with NPCs I've gotten attached to in some way.
It is in the top 5 best spells in the game because it's fun. Very few spells more or less
Wait.
more fun than sending.
I realize my fan's off. Turn that back on.
That's why I love the Ring of the Raven item. It's just like 3 spending cells a day. Nice.
That is one of the better homebrew items. Like,
yeah, I feel like sending stones are a little underpowered. I feel like they balance out a little more if they basically allowed direct communication. Those two people.
instead of just casting sending, he went like basically walkie-talkie status.
Yeah, for just the stones, not the ring. The ring's perfect.
That was weird. My stream health went down really bad. I was like went from my normal 27 kilobytes up per second to like 5. I'm like, that's a couple thousand low.
Yeah, I was glad, baffled that basically you wanted to change your fighting style when you leveled up, and you might also get a feat too. But I wanted to take a level in fighter at some point, so I'm like, we could both roleplay that out together.
This benefits both of us.
Yeah.
Told you training was fluke was a good idea.
I'm gonna warn you guys that I'm pretty tired, so I might say
Yeah.
I'm gonna slur and I'm gonna say some stupid shit.
What time did you end up going to bed last night?
What sleep?
Fucking, I don't know, man.
We went to bed at 2:30.
Was it 2:30?
Yeah. It was only like 30 minutes after everyone left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's fair. All right.
I
What's
hope
that
you know
message say?
what the word I meant there. 'Cause I couldn't come up with it.
I get you. So in response to the second message, and he's more shocked and like exacerbated, maybe a little bit more engaged, concerned, worried. What did they look like? Did they have a similar look to dragons? Please let me know as soon as you can. So I'm gonna ask the group, how would you describe how they looked?
Demonic dragons.
Dragon.
Let me pull out my word pad here. Okay, demonic dragons.
Like a bitch.
Like a bitch. I'm not putting that one. Next. Guys, I can only use like 25 words, and I might need your help counting.
Oh, I can only count to 20.
All right, well, I mean, like the High Priest of Valpo seems pretty worried about these things, and I kind of want to stay on his good side. He might be able to help, pull health and everything. He's been mighty nice. Can we let him know what these are? He might know what they are, and he might be able to save our lives.
I'm just trying to remember what they actually looked like. I saw them for the first time last session. What are they called again?
Abashi. Abishi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna show you the picture in Discord because otherwise it's gonna show you a bunch of text with them, and I'd
You don't
like to
want
that just to be ignored.
If I bring them back, I want it to be a surprise.
Yeah, not a single one of us rolled above like a 9. Fluke got the highest with a 9 on knowing what the fudge these things are. So yeah.
How
No clue.
tall were they?
The ones that attacked you were about like similar to Dragonborn / human size. The one you saw in the in your vision was much larger.
Okay, but I think I'm gonna want to describe the ones that attacked us.
They're feral.
Yeah, I
Feral.
was saying they are feral. Feral, demonic, dragonborn. They did look more like dragonborn than lizard folk, didn't
How
they?
many of them
Yeah.
were there? There were 4 of them.
There were 4 that attacked you.
Two white, 2 black.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They
Okay.
have tendrils on their heads.
This would have
Wings.
been a great moment to have Teak with us.
What's a tendril?
Have you ever
I can say it. Tendril. Tendril on head.
have you ever seen a squid or octopus?
I don't think so.
And they brought ice. Or the white ones did, right?
They did.
White.
Also, they
breathe,
didn't have any weapons when you met them.
ice. Okay, good to know.
Yeah. I'm just looking for features that are.
They did use
Is there
breath
any
weapons
other
on us.
No. The white ones did.
Is there any other loot?
Loot?
I'm pretty sure they disintegrated into nothingness shortly after
Did they
killing
turn
them.
to ash?
They turned into like this blue reddish, like a blue liquid with red kind of dots almost in it.
Turn to blue liquid with
Ectoplasm, one
red
might
dots when dead. Now, is that that's not like just a normal fiend thing to do, right? That was something
No.
that seems special.
Yeah.
I have 2 more words that we can use.
Love you.
Always end with a thank you.
Thank you.
It's always yeah.
I was
always
gonna say
great to
creepy
thank you,
fuckers.
All right, so I have
That's pretty
I
good
have
too.
demonic dragons, feral, 2 white, 2 black, wings, tendril on head, white breath ice, or no, white breathe ice, turned to blue liquid with red dots when dead. Thank you. Does everyone like that? Does that seem fair?
Yeah, that's great.
I'm gonna send that off. Hold on, let me send it. Wom wom wom.
Bomb.
That's funny.
How would he?
I think I did good, guys, by getting High Priest friend.
You did great. As long as he stays in position.
Listen, I just had a Karen. Sometimes you got to have to assert your annoyance to get them to notice you. Like, listen, I'm important. I know that you don't know that I'm important, but I am. Listen, just talk to me. Just let me talk to you once, please.
That was my signature move in college.
Oh, you're that asshole.
Decorm was that asshole.
Okay. I mean, I could have assumed that, if I'm being honest.
You know what they say
Alright,
about assuming.
It's an easy word to delete, so I have exactly enough words. And he is also a person who knows well enough how the sending spell works to shorten his sentences.
Alright, so he said that those are abashi. They function like bees. Red Fiend you saw is likely the queen. It seems like Lord Regrom was right. This is bad. Who's Lord Regrom? Does anybody know Lord Regrom?
Regrum.
Whoa.
Regrom?
I looked at her. Who? How do you? Who's this?
Hold on. Give me a moment. That sounds familiar. And I'm going to look at my notes real quick because that does sound familiar. I feel like I have heard that name before.
I have definitely typed that name at you before.
Yes.
And Decorm would
Isn't
also
he-
know what it is.
The Count of Rebel, right, guys? Didn't we?
Yeah,
Guys.
Yes.
Okay.
he's Lord
Yeah.
Orton's father.
Give me a fucking break, Flub.
No, I found it in my notes quicker than you found it in yours. I'm not like giving you shit. Just found it in my notes first. Go.
I'm waiting for fucking Discord to load.
That's Lord Orton's daddy.
Yes.
Papa Orton. Porton. He's the Porton.
That's enough
He's
now.
very important.
Okay. Ah, see, it works. Don't you tell me that's enough when it's clearly not even enough.
But what about him, Hephe?
What about what? I mean, I just told you what I heard. I was just curious who he was. Why is he right and why is this bad? I mean, this is bad, of course, but like, why does Lord Regrom know about this?
He's a lord. It's a bit strange that he knows about the Lost Swamp, but apparently there's nothing else going on that interests him.
Well, I think we helped him. I think we gave him good information. Now they're gonna be able to do more stuff down there.
Yeah. They won't. It's on the other side of the world, but they have it.
They have sent you guys. They're doing something about it.
Looks like. Will
When
this
you're
retroactively get us paid more?
I was unaware there was pay for
So-
this.
I mean,
I don't know
I
about
don't want
you,
to pay the
but
guy
we-
that's saving that might be able to help me fix pool hell. So I think just helping each other out is the best thing we can do. I don't need no money.
I want to ride my lizard. Which way do we go, Hephe?
I imagine this was like at the end of the day when you were setting up camp.
Yeah,
Ah,
because this was a little bit retroactive because last time we ended the session like with the long rest being over, but I was like, hey, I have sending spell slots. There's a lot of stuff that happened today. Throughout the day, Hephe would he learned new information that Pool of Health can't versus won't tell me. So since that was like the defining information that the High Priest needed, I would definitely want to at least tell him that. So
that happened right after we left the hut, right? They attacked after the hut disappeared, so that was in the morning.
Yeah.
That was in the morning, and this is the night of, because we traveled that same day, didn't we?
Yeah, didn't we travel the rest of that day? Like quick traveled it basically?
Then we wouldn't have seen them yet, right?
No, because
what?
after...
Okay, so we had the vision, we got attacked, we traveled for the rest of the day, have a long rest, and then we ended session. We did a quick travel. We did a quick travel. Yeah.
I want to send the sending spell as well.
Okay. Sure.
Everyone's sending!
Listen,
All the sending
it was
spells.
a rush to end the session last time, so like, sorry stream this time that you got to deal with our week's worth of sendings. But at least now you get to know what we're doing while we're figuring it out.
I'm gonna as this happening, I'm gonna grab my stone and just say, Zakarita.
Okay. Sorry, Jerry. Please send it also in text to me because I'm typing other messages at the same time.
He wants to be able to keep a track of it in his notes too.
Everybody needs the DM's attention at all times forever.
I know.
Yeah.
Senpai?
Daddy, it's my turn for attention!
Also, because I did hear her say that, Fluke would have said, "Okay, hopefully this this information might help us get paid at all."
Oh, because I said I wasn't aware we were being paid for this.
Yeah.
Who would
we're
even
not.
pay us?
We're not, but now we might be.
This mission particularly wasn't a pay mission, so I was aware for the majority of us.
But now we might be.
I'm humming to the sound of the D&D music I hear playing.
Oh.
Stepping away, stream. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
First
Sending
you delay
spells.
us from actually starting, and now you're stepping away.
To be fair,
The
this
horriblest of
And
crimes.
I have to mute myself.
To be fair, this is the time to do it.
So this would be the day still before... So this would be around the same time that Hephe is sending those messages, right?
Yeah, right after that.
Okay. Problem with sending spells is that every time I have to open Word to check the amount of words.
Right? Guys, would you just get off your magic Twitter and engage conversation?
Well, I just did stop him from going into further conversation.
Trying to have dinner.
Aha! I now have my note up finally. Thank you, Discord.
God.
Ah, I could be like, if I try hard enough, I could be like Lord Regrum, and everybody thinks I'm a vampire.
Swear.
I'm just
Never a
imagining,
bad
like,
strategy.
I'm sure there's
If they
a
think
D&D
it, but it's not true, that's a good situation to be in.
sure there's a D&D setting sometimes where it's just where like someone just switches garlic in a woman's face, just like, oh, I thought you were a vampire, and just like, oh, you thought I wasn't aging. Flattering.
Because this would be... Wait, this would be a day after... Well, then, yeah. Then this is the message that Decorm receives back.
Somebody has crinkly crackles.
Yeah.
That's
I
me.
did hear those.
very loud crinkly crackles.
I'll fix
Ah.
that.
Monsters.
Excellent. So, we go sleep now?
You set up watches?
Yeah.
Didn't we not cover watches on the last?
If you want to keep the same things again.
No, I mean like I thought we literally did the watches for this rest on last session.
I mean,
No.
we kind of.
No, we have
Yeah,
I
we
don't
kind of ended on like the day of travel, as it were, but we...
Oh.
yeah, it was a bit fake on where the ending exactly was.
Okay, my apologies. Then yes, we will definitely do watch, and as we would set up the dome and all that jazz.
Alright.
That reminds me, I meant to Sindstorm something, but
So same watches as last time, or
works for me.
different?
Decorm is just gonna go into the tent and say, "Wake me up when you need to."
I wouldn't mind being on a watch with Azria this time.
Alright. So, Fluke goes to second watch then, and then otherwise same as before?
Sure. I believe I was on first
Yeah.
watch, or was it?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
then first would be Porcelain and Azure this time. Fluke second, and Decorm and Hephe third.
Yep, where he smacks me and we'll talk about how great health is.
Exactly. So Porcelain and Azure make perception checks, and it seems like you want to have some conversation.
14.
Perception. Where is it? Ugh, 13.
Wonderful. Well, I suppose, like, sitting there after a while, I'm just going to say, I have a confession.
What's that?
And I pull out the little fortune slip of paper and hand it to her. I broke. And when you read it, it says, specifically...
Wait, did Azure take one before?
Yes.
Ashley also took one,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, in that case it says something different now.
Oh.
It says, what's the point of these if you can't read? Because that would technically be the second slip that Azure takes.
I look at it and I show it back to her. Does it still say that when she looks at
To
it?
her, that's the first one she took.
Yes.
Hold
It's
on,
not-
hold on, hold on,
it's-
hold on 1 second. 1 second. What does this say to you? Because to me right now, it says that, what's the point of these if you can't read?
Really?
And I could probably ritual cast that detect magic thingy. It'll take 10 minutes, but I'm 100% sure that these are just jokes, not to be taken too seriously.
Oh, that's good, because to me it says at some point you'll probably die, and I can't lie, it was the probably that was really getting to me, because before it was certainly.
I mean, what's wrong with being immortal?
I hear many things.
Well, list them off, because I've never heard one singular thing bad about the idea of being immortal. Unless you're a vampire. But I mean,
Well-
that's not really immortality so much as that is undeath.
Yeah, it's Half-Life.
That's one game. I mean, what?
Well, you
Huh?
know, there's, of course, the first one, you outlive everyone you know. Many funerals, and all that.
I mean, you're probably going to do that anyways. Sorry, was it too real?
Perhaps. But it's reality, isn't it?
Or was it just a fantasy?
No, I'm going to live a very long time, actually.
I meant the little thingy here, and she's gonna hold up the little slip of paper. I don't know, the landslide of information, and she's gonna throw it at you. Or like do the like 2-finger flick so you can try to catch it. I guess.
I thought you were going to identify it.
I didn't know if you actually wanted me to, but I mean.
I suppose don't waste the spell slot. No,
It's
wait,
not
you
a
can
slot.
ritual cast it. Yeah, go
Do
ahead.
you want me to?
Casting.
Okay. Because when I said that earlier, it was the do you really want me to? And that's a yes. Okay, I will take the 10 minutes to ritual cast. Fucking detect magic.
How long do halflings live?
Halflings, I think, are like not that long. I
I
want to say
think
like
longer
100 or
than
20.
half elves.
Do we?
Fairly sure.
Yeah,
I thought it was only like 2
200.
centuries.
that's
Wow,
long.
I'm looking it up because
I think half elves are like 180 as they just get like normal human life plus 100. And halfling are like well into 2 centuries.
Generally lives to the middle of his or her 2nd century.
Okay.
So like 150 years?
Yeah, about
Oh, we're
150.
about on par then.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll probably die before you.
That's not comforting.
I mean, I'm very small and easy to parry.
You're taking repetitive steps backwards here if you're trying to make me feel better.
Oh, Jesus, repetitive steps. I thought I could loop the full circle back and something would be so horrible you'd eventually just break and laugh. But I mean, if you really want the truth about this, I'm 100% sure that these are worded in a way to make us just kind of have fun and thought and be a conversation piece. Literally what he said when he opened the door, that they were meant to be conversation pieces.
Oh,
And if my player character can stop stuttering, I can talk. No, I'm pretty sure this is just supposed to be conversation pieces. It's why it's an enchantment to make a joke at me when you tried to show me it, because I'm reading another. Or it's telling me that one day I won't be able to read. I really hope I don't get feeble-minded in some way.
I'll still be friends with you.
Oh, wow. That's just the thought of being feeble-minded, like, man. To think like she kind of glances towards Hephe and Decorm.
Oh
and
my
shivers
God.
Again. Imagine
No, that's
the
a bit
worst parts
rude.
of. I was gonna say the worst parts of both of them combined into one. Those probably be the best parts of me. Oh no! I think I'd want you to just put me out of my misery.
Well, this has certainly started a conversation, I say, as I take the slip of paper back.
Listen, I'm not saying all. I'm saying the worst parts of everyone amalgamated into me. I would not want to exist if I was just the worst of everybody. Would you?
I suppose not.
Exactly.
But I suppose it does break the ice for another question I had for you.
What's that?
What exactly is your plan with Crayope? Do you have one?
I do. And it's not the wisest. I guess you could say I'm making a Decorm and Hephe decision when it comes to that. I don't know what you're inciting. She's being pretty fucking honest right now with you. Like, I have a plan, it's just not the best.
Well, do you care to distribute the details, or is that for a later date?
You will hear inside your head as she doesn't want to say it out loud. Honestly, one day I just want to get close enough to usurp his power, maybe. Either that or I kill him and get away with it. I want one of those two things, I think. But honestly, neither of those are more personal goals. What I think the long-term goal is just to get into position of power myself so I can help small villagers. Like, you know, make sure that one doesn't ever get smote in the middle of the night to find a fucking artifact.
Is that what they were there for?
I don't know! That's the best thing I can know. They were looking for something. I'm assuming it was some sort of artifact. Still in your head, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. Well, the porcelain will think a moment, and she'll say, "Who, if anyone, is in charge of Crayope?"
From what I've understood, he's the one in charge. I'm sure that there are like some official old people that are more in charge than he is,
Well,
and she does like the finger thing, like the quotations. But
I think actually for porcelain you can make let's just say general intelligence check if you want to,
Sure.
because that could definitely be something you know.
12. Not likely.
With a 12, the only thing you really know about it is that at least within the Bastion, there is no true leader of the Bastion. There are the 9. No, wait. I'm saying 9 now, but it could be a different number. But there are a number of like true members, as it were. Those are a council who vote and discuss, and those are the whatever it has as leaders. And technically speaking, everyone else who is part of the Bastion works for the Bastion instead of being an official member.
Hmm.
And other than that, you only know that technically every noble of a higher rank is above his station, or is his leader, as it were.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm also trying to pull up the fucking name of that little town. Was... Oh my goodness. Rowley?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. Wow, that was some digging. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna think about. I'm gonna say, what could possibly have been in Rowley that'd be so valuable as to eradicate an entire populace?
I don't know. It's on the border with Subri, so like, so I don't know. That and Vilford, really. I don't know. Maybe it's a nexus of 3 different borders. I'm sure that something could have been going along any number of tradeways that they're actually looking for. And with all due respect, but your mother was a famous trader, so there's a high chance that since these were along the trade routes, that not necessarily hers, but somebody was using a trade route since they are so popular to get something, and it would just happen to be in Rowley. And you can't wipe out like an entire city like Subri, right?
Well, I certainly understand the idea here. However, it'd be much more efficient and less of a mess to clean up if you were to try to intercept, if it were on a trade route, en route rather than in city. So it would have to be something that could only be found there by that respect. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't disagree. The problem with that, I think, though, is the magic. I think everyone assumed thought it was bandits, but I saw clear military insignias. These were military people. This was no bandit attack, but everyone was convinced. And she looks you dead in the eye, and I mean that in a non-satirical fashion, but they thoroughly believed, yes, bandits in leather armor had attacked us with bows and arrows.
Yes.
There was no plate mail.
I recall it was all that was spoken of in my household once we had reached home.
That mixed with the fact that another village that I went missing within I believe it was called the Lost Woods, the Thin Woods.
The Thin Woods.
The Thin Woods.
Yes. That mixed with the village that got lost in the Thin Wood near Axelrod in the same night for what they claimed was an undead attack is suspicious. 2 villages getting wiped out in the same night through 2 different kinds of attacks of that scale is suspicious. So the fact is, I don't even know if what they were looking for was even actually in Rowley, or if that was just used as a cover-up in some sort, and the leaders there didn't know that, or if they didn't know what they were looking for, where it would be, and it could be in either of those villages, so they just wiped both out. This is one of those things that I wish I had more answers for you on that, but right now all I've got is questions.
Surely fair. I just know that you've been in contact, as you'd mentioned, and hoped that maybe something came to light.
I've been given orders.
To do what?
Well, so far, so far, observe. I'm a great pair of eyes, don't you know?
You're a spy!
I'm not a spy. She's gonna point at you like this is still in your head. Where she's gonna point at you like I'm not a spy. I am a soldier, damn it, and I will fight.
You are, aren't you? That's why.
She's gonna take a stop moment, and, like sit down, and realize that no one in this party but you knows her real name, and nobody knows where she's actually from. I thought I didn't get that yet. I thought you said that was gonna be the next day.
Oh, so that would be this night. Oh no!
Oh!
Wait, no, you're right. No, you're right. Sorry, my apologies. I'm messing with myself now. That would be next in the morning. Next day.
Okay, because if I got that, I would definitely have changed exactly what I said. No, so she's gonna sit there realizing that no one but you knows her real name, no one knows where she's actually from, and she's just gonna, and now realizing that she's been given orders to just collect information, she's gonna look at you. I wanted to be a soldier. Am I a spy?
What? It's not that bad. You know, I would have killed to be able to be in the espionage unit. But I had too much rapport.
I don't want to be in espionage. Then she thinks about all the tactics she'd done to sabotage all of the things. Oh god, I've already been in espionage. Oh god.
You've always been a spy.
I know she's having that realization right now. The player character had that realization like a week ago or two, and like I really did build the perfect spy, didn't I? For that, I'm like, son of a bitch. She's gonna sit there processing and take a big old. I don't know what my flask is gone for days. She's gonna take a big old swig of her flask.
Now, there, it's all right. I mean, you know, no one you don't want to find you can.
As if they even would know my name. She is going to. Can we sword fight? I need to take this out on something.
Well, all right then. You don't think it'll
Just
be
sparring.
You don't think it'll be too noisy?
Hephe was getting smacked around by Decorm with his shield and stuff the other night. I think that they can handle a little clang clang if we can handle a little clang clang.
Fair enough. I say, and I draw my blade.
So do you do this within the dome?
No.
Looking around, I can't leave the dome. As she starts to draw her sword, she starts to look around and just like slumps her shoulders like, we don't have the room here, we'll step on someone.
Oh, I was considering it more of a challenge, I say as I stand on one foot.
No. I don't want to step on someone. I don't want to. I'm not gonna step on you guys. You and Hephe can stand in one spot while you just ping, ping, ping like a hammer. We were gonna actually sword fight. I'm like, oh wait, that might not be a good idea.
Well, can I say then that now we do our perception checks, as I'd like to see, is it all right to step outside?
I don't want to have to recast the bubble.
At this point are kind of in on a smaller island within one of the lakes. So you do have the space to step outside, and it's kind of unlikely that something would get you here. But it's definitely a thing of like as soon as you step outside, everyone's gonna wake up because suddenly everything around you becomes like 10 times more uncomfortable.
That's right. That's right. It disappears when you leave it. I almost forgot.
That's why I said I can't leave this bubble. I can't. Next time. And she'll sigh, and she'll sit down and just take another sip of her whiskey, and just, I'm a fucking spy. Great. Anything else Porcelain wants to drop on us?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to check in with my buddy. I didn't realize that was such a crime.
It wasn't a crime. It definitely dropped the other shoe for her, though.
Oh, yeah, it sure did.
I just love the action, like, I'm not a spy. Oh, fuck, I'm a spy.
Let's see, anything else I'd like to say? No, I think that happened too long ago for it to still be on my mind. So no.
Okay.
Just gonna play with your rapier for the night.
For the rest of your watch goes by mostly uneventful. A couple of times, the two of you kind of simultaneously, every time Porcelain, like just a little bit faster than Ezra, who is still a bit distracted by the fact that she's in fact a spy. But more than once, like a much larger fish than what you would be expecting kind of like moves through the water and you hear the noise it makes. But at no point do you get a good eye on what it looks like. Yeah, so other than that, your watch goes by uneventfully until it is Fluke's watch.
Well, I guess I'm, in this case, I'm assuming getting the cat.
I was gonna say, as you sit there, all of a sudden you feel weight upon your head and you're, Maul.
Okay. So is there anything you want to do during your watch, Fluke?
Probably not. He's just sitting there. He'll probably just kind of glance over his scrolls and take the time to do a little studying as he tries to figure out how to do innate magic. Ooh.
Maul! Maul! And he's gonna start bumping your rapier. That I believe you have the one that does haste, right?
Yeah, I actually just sent something to Slump and Porcelain just. So she doesn't get weirded out that I stopped asking. I guess I could say it for the chat. Anytime we're in town or Fluke's doing watch, he will have Fate's Faith or the one that does haste. Anytime they're traveling on the road, he will have the one that does slow and bless. And he might trade them out if a situation calls for it, but that will be the default. That will be what he just has. If there's no time to switch out, that's what he's stuck with.
Yeah.
Chonkers is going to like keep hitting against it and go, Maul, Maul, Maul.
He's just gonna look at this freaking cat, just like, want me to. Well, first, I'm gonna look at.
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit, I think.
He's gonna be like, do you want me to? And like, he's pondering, like, can I even do? And he's gonna look at his sword and. It says nothing about casting it on yourself. Just like, want me to cast haste on you?
Maul.
Assuming he's nodding and grinning like a madman.
Maul.
Give me some body language here, Fluff.
Oh, right. You're not watching stream. My apologies. I was doing the thing. I am vigorously going in my chair up and down. Maul. Like, think one of those jelly beans that just perpetually jiggles.
Gonna ponder, just like, well, it's not done yet. Okay, how about the... If I do this for you, we be square over the heart thing.
He extends one paw out to you.
He was actually extending at the same time. So they just extend at the same time, just grab and shake, just like, oh, I may regret this, but... And he'll just like tap the sword, grab the sword with one hand and just boop at the cat's nose with the other and cast haste on him. He's got haste for 1 minute.
He will immediately fly straight up, and Lord Chonkers would like to see if he can do a sort of perception check to see if there's any fires or big flames in the area that we need to be worried about.
Okay, make a perception check for Chonkers.
Yeah, because he's flying basically to get as high of a view as he can.
Okay.
Boop. Oh my god!
That's so sad.
He has a decent perception too.
He does.
Yeah. With a 7, Lord Chonkers looks around him and he sees a lot of lake and a lot more lake, and then he sees a couple of fish, which distracts him a little bit, but he keeps on focused on his task and sees more lake.
Okay.
And about that time, the minute passes, and he feels suddenly very tired.
Alrighty, he will float down like slowly to back into the bubble, and then try to draw in what I'm assuming is either muddy sand or something, because we're in a wet area, and like draw like a stereotypical fire symbol, and then put a circle around it and claw it like it's not here, like Mao to its fluke.
Like that. Surprisingly clear. Okay, well, thanks. We'll just give a thumbs up. Admittedly, I do hope we don't get attacked in the night, because that means I won't be able to dash around on a sugar rush and wake everyone up. But
Mao, like yeah, you're right, but Mao, and he points to the dome.
yes, it's so far the one time bad things happened, it was after we dropped the dome. Actually, a very good spell. Ezra did good with this one, certain.
Oh, Mao, and he points to Lady Licky, who is is Lady Licky outside the dome or on top of the dome?
Good question.
Like obviously, like is it like where outside the dome? I should say, is it on top or at the side?
Crawl around it.
I imagine because Lady Licky would probably be a night animal. So
Want to hunt.
on parts, like most of the time, like either on top or next to it, but also at some moments just like swimming around the small island where you're camping on.
Yeah. Basically, try to say we also have that creature to give us a warning. If it starts screaming, we know. And
all right.
that's all Mom wants to do.
Can I get another perception check from the both of you?
Okay.
I swear to God, Chonkers. You care more about the things running around this goddamn dome than you do about the fire spirits.
Sounds about right.
So for the two of you, similar that for a while you're just kind of sitting and listening, and there's multiple times where like a fish much bigger than you'd expect in this lake, you hear it and it moves around, but you can't see it until at one point, Fluke, it's just for a second, and you're not 100% sure about what you saw, but are fairly sure you saw like an arm, like almost like in a I don't know what's the English word is for swimming for the swimming motion, but like someone, yes, like you see an arm take a stroke underwater or come above water with a stroke and go down under again.
Yeah.
Luke's just gonna look at the cat, just like that arm too.
Lord Chonkers did not.
Oh.
Wait, Lord
Yeah,
Chonkers didn't see it? Yeah, I got a better perception.
Oh, sorry, I thought then Lord Chonkers saw it and Fluke didn't. My apologies, I thought they were the other way around.
Oh. Lord Chonkers sees this. Oh my God, there's a giant fish. Lord Chonkers doing the cat thing where his eye, like he does the butt wiggle, and his eyes get all big. And I'm 100% sure he's about to poof because he pounces into the water after it.
Okay, I'll make another perception check for Lord Chonkers.
Oh no. Oh no.
Ooh, 12. Oh, that's...
Oh no. When the DM says it's ooh, it's really ooh.
Yeah, no. As Lord Chonkers swims towards where he saw the arm dive underwater, it suddenly comes around the spot where it thinks it should have gone, and suddenly, like from behind it, an arm grabs it, and the last thing Lord Chonkers sees is a set of gigantic teeth before he poofs.
Okay, now how much of that did I see? Because Fluke would be like, wait, what's this cat doing?
You just saw a cat dive in the water.
You saw him do the butt wiggle as cats do.
And he didn't catch any of like the splashes.
You saw like a bunch of like water moving, like yeah, similar to like when a big fish below the surface of the water is moving a lot, but it is very dark and the water is very trouble.
Which is like, I'm gonna have to explain this to Ezra later. Great. Luke's pondering this like, I've seen her do this a couple of times before. I do not think this is worth waking her up over. Considering it, but I'm not gonna.
Good morning. Your cat's dead.
He's seen my cat die though before, so at least there's that. Like
Yeah.
this isn't your cat. Good morning. Good morning. You have this ritual cast for 10 minutes. Have fun.
Hour and 10 minutes.
That's right. Hour and 10 minutes.
I know what you're doing during your breakfast.
Freaking fine familiar. I might have one day. I'm at least strongly leaning toward.
It's always fun.
Yes. Pet squad.
But unless you want to do something more, your watch passes uneventfully.
Yeah, I mean,
For
I
the
can't
rest
think
of
of anything. I especially can't think of anything he's gonna do on his own. It's like the cat left me alone. Well, I can read a little more. I can study a little more in quiet. Cats are great.
Oh no.
but they
Well,
are
anyway.
the bane... Hey, cats are great, but they are the bane to studying.
Just looks over, sees the cat doesn't come up. That's a shame.
Now, booming blade.
So, Hephe and Decorm, you get woken up by Fluke.
He's like, okay, well, nothing much to report, though there's definitely something in the lake because the cat saw it, dived in, and did not come up. So, be aware that there is something in the lake. Something that will at least eat cats, so...
Gets the
And
size
rather
of kobolds.
Can I roll a nature or any kind of check to see what it might be that I'm familiar with, other than just big fish?
Yeah.
Is that with advantage because it's Lost Swamp?
Yep.
I'll be 100% with you, DM. Though when you told me that chonkers didn't see it, I was like, oh no, it's something that can hide from fey creatures. Run, Fluke. The barrier might not stop it.
With a 15 Hephe, you at least don't know of any fish in this area that could be it. And this is getting close to your clan, so you do feel like if there was like something in these waters that that could eat or would attack such large cats, you would know about it. But
Wait.
at least for
Go ahead, continue, sorry.
at least far as you know, like when you left the Lost Swamps, nothing this big or this vicious should have lived in these waters.
Wait, what? That can't be right. I mean, there's nothing like this around here. Nothing that could attack a cat like that.
No, especially not one chonkers has.
You guys don't have gators?
Well,
I think.
well, I know what I saw. He's very, very not alive right now. So you may have an invasive species, buddy. I hate to tell you that. So be extra on guard, because that means you might have, I don't know, like a merfolk or who knows? It could be a swamp hag. We've had such good luck with hags. I don't think it's a swamp hag, but it could be.
Hephe will figure it out.
I'm gonna have to think about this, try to figure out what we want to do. But no matter what, I think we should wait until everybody's ready to deal with it.
Yeah. I mean, we could. Not to say we have to. I mean, admittedly, I did help Ezra by water breathing, so we feel like really.
I mean, I also can
investigating this
control
closely.
water.
Huh. Well, it's a lot of water, though. Are you able to drain the lake?
I don't think I can drain the lake, but I can definitely do something to control water. So I need to look into a little bit more what I can do with that water, but I think I can control it.
Huh, that's good to know. We might be going on a monster hunt tomorrow. That actually would sound kind of normal compared to some of the other things we've been doing lately.
What do you think if I got rid of remove curse, and so that way I could talk with dead people? I mean, when I was on my vision, I saw an elf that was dead, and I thought it would have been really nice if I could have talked to that elf.
I mean, it's great for interrogation. We have at least 2 persuasive people. I mean, especially if you can trick them into thinking if they don't answer honestly, they'll suffer some type of damnation or they'll get a better afterlife reward for cooperating. Sounds like a good spell to me. I think it would be.
How many people curse? No curses in this swamp.
Well, all I know is that we've been dealing with some weird stuff, and now there are these Abashi that are after us. So maybe it's not a good idea to get rid of remove curse. Maybe that's something I should keep.
It all depends on what you feel like having and not having.
What WW?
I'll get rid of prayer of healing. I don't need that.
OHD.
I'm confused.
What would Pool of Health do?
I think Pool of Health will get rid of prayer of healing and trade it out for speak with dead.
Right.
I think my second level spells are mostly going to be used for spiritual weapon because that's the extra special spell that she gave me just for believing in her. I always get that.
I mean,
it's real nice of her, ain't it?
I've seen a few clerics. Spiritual weapon is he just holds up the OK symbol, just like a chef kiss.
Let's be real here. Your spiritual weapon is basically hermit purple.
Shh, tell no one.
So, unless there's more, Hephe and Decorm, is there anything you want to do on your shift? And roll perception checks.
Training for Warcaster.
Yeah.
Perception checks, not with advantage here.
Hephe, is it okay if I go a bit all out with this big creepy axe? I enjoyed using it a lot yesterday.
Wait, well, what do you mean by all out? Do you mean like you're gonna be hurting me with it? Cause I don't want to get hurt.
No. I'm just gonna. I'm just.
Wait.
Gonna
I mean, to be fair, if I do get hurt a little bit, that might make me train a little bit better at Warcaster. Because let's be real. Let's be real. Combat hurts. All right. Let's go at it.
Okay, roll damage.
A 20 just barely hits.
Do you? I imagine you use the its effect.
Sorry?
I imagine you use the berserk thing, or
No.
not?
I'm training for to switch weapon styles to Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
Did I roll that one?
Paladins get that, or is Cherry multi-classed?
Paladins get fighting stealth second level, I think.
Oh, nice. I knew Rangers did.
I thought you were going for actor. Oh, you want to change? Yeah, I get it. Sorry.
Yeah.
We talked about it, we could use the fighting style versatility thing if it's RP and flight.
We're being good role players by just doing role play to just change a fighting style. It's not even a level up thing or a feat thing.
Okay. Do you want to do more hits? Because this is basically up to you two how you're gonna play this right now.
How was that?
Ow! I'm bleeding. Let me see if I roll. Let me roll Constitution saving throw to see if I maintain concentration. That'll actually tell me how well I do. Oh, I'm fine. Do it again.
Do it again.
Get done with this. Man, I really wish I had Plan of Healing.
This is like middle school boys.
What were you saying, Cherry?
I forgot. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Thanks.
12 smacks him right on his armor.
How was that?
I didn't even feel it. Do it again. Keep going.
No need to be rude about it.
I'm just being honest with you. You wanted to know.
Do you want me to fake it?
Oh, fuck you.
Ow! Okay. Ow! Do I still maintain constitution?
Yeah, you make a
Man.
Okay, 17. Hold on. Let me
Max
do some math
damage.
here. So that brings me down Okay, all right. I think we should take. Ow.
Yeah, when he
All
screamed
right,
out the second time, Azrael popped up. What's going on?
All right. Okay, that actually. Okay, let's not use the slashy side. Let's use the blunt edge next time. Okay,
I'm gonna do the like fist bump on your on your shoulder, like, you'll be fine, and put in how much was it in total? 24. Well, let's say 20. Well, let's say 15 health of lay on hand.
I mean, you don't. I mean, I can just use. We can do a short rest, and I get my some back. So
Don't
Can
waste
you
a
do a
spell
short?
slot.
Can you
It's
do
not
a
a spell
short
slot.
rest in the middle of a long rest?
well, the long. I mean,
No.
I guess. Well, man, here's the thing to consider.
I hopefully get it.
well, because we got all of our stuff back when we woke up. So I was like,
Yeah,
How does that work?
It kind of depends how you rule when the long rest and all that thing.
I did it. It's been done.
Okay, 20 HP.
Okay. So I don't know if our DM rules it this way, but I know that in like standard, the long rest ends at the end of the 8 hours. When you don't have to be sleeping during that time. You just have to be doing non-laborious activity.
Fair enough. All
Sweet.
right.
Which then begs the question: is this now fighting laborious activity?
I'd say it's still small enough within it to not count for the
There we go.
Breaking the rest.
yeah.
So now the question is, will they get all their stuff back at the end anyway?
No, they already got it when they woke up. It
Yeah.
was just a mechanics thing that we were.
Well, yeah, but like you were just saying, at the end of the 8 hours, which the 8 hours haven't technically ended yet.
We've
still
already
resting
ruled it
on
that the
watch.
spells come back at when we wake up, though, because we've rolled into combat and
okay.
stuff, and I've gotten my spells
fair,
back. So we can change that, but that's up to the DM at that point.
But
But
that's-
I think
yeah.
we have established precedent.
Yeah, I mean you were already changing your spell slot, so at that point I'd say your long rest has been had.
Yeah. Cool.
So, after that, do you return to the dome? As I imagine you got out of that while training.
No.
Yeah.
They don't leave. That's why I even mentioned earlier. They've made a point of not leaving the dome, so we can actively hear them. That's why Asri popped up when he screamed out. And went back to sleep when she was like, "Oh, they're doing this again."
As
Okay.
you lay back down, Porson's gonna murmur to you, and you didn't want to fight in the dome.
I have consideration.
Fluke just went to bed, so he's just too deep to care.
Hey, Hephe,
Yeah.
and I think Fluke killed Chonkers.
Why? I mean, Chonkers would just come back and then tell Asri, right?
Well, you told me there ain't that kind of creatures in the lake. Sounds like a shifty story.
Yeah, and also Chody used to be someone I trust.
Yeah.
That is the best comeback I have ever damn heard.
There are a lot of evil people in the world.
That was good.
Can I do a retroactive insight to see if I believe Fluke? With
You,
disadvantage?
you can think about it now.
Okay.
Do you want me to
That's what
roll
I mean by a
retroactive
retroactive. Like,
persuasion
not
check?
like an intro retroactive, just like, I want to see if I can remember if I feel with his body language and stuff. So is that a disadvantage then?
Sure.
Okay. Insight.
Want me to roll a persuasion check?
11.
I'm gonna say with 11, you don't remember. He seemed honest at the time, but you weren't really paying attention to if he was lying or not.
I mean, I'll ask him then when he wakes up, because this is kind of important. Because what if it's like one of those like other things that are chasing us? Like maybe it's another like Abashi or whatever. That would be real bad, right?
And why would they attack Chonkers?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Why would they attack Chonkers? No.
I mean, because Chonkers found it. I don't know.
Fair point.
I do low-key love how distrustful Fluke and Decorm are of each other.
What do you say? They're both reptiles. They both know that they can be shifty.
Well, and it makes sense because from Fluke's perspective, asshole noble. Those bitches are always lying. For Decorm, I'm just like, he's a rogue. Those bitches are always lying.
And the both of you are correct. So, I imagine, does Ezra go back to bed again, or does she just stay up after?
She laid down and cuddled back in. She was just popped up real quick at the screaming bloody murder at taking 17 points of damage.
I am happy that I survived the con throw though.
Yeah.
Getting better.
I was tempted to have Fluke sneak attack throw a rock at you, but nah. Too tired to care.
Well, the only thing I was going to ask is Chunker's drawing of the fire and like with a no symbol in front of it still there for like Hephe to see?
It would have kind of gotten muddied up a bit.
Okay, just making
Walk
sure.
But,
around on.
yeah. No, well, the thing is, like, the first time someone would step on it... You know what, I'll just roll percentiles. Just someone has step on it.
We have a technology.
Dice do exist.
Why
Why
make a
make
decision?
No one has
That's
stepped
what I was
on
literally
it,
about to say.
but it has just kind of, like, muddied in.
Okay.
Like, sunken in, as it were.
Saturated.
That, yeah.
Alrighty. Do you
Um,
wake us up then at the time,
Wait.
boys?
Yeah.
Well, there's still their perception checks.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We didn't get
Why
to
did I
that.
think? Why did I think that they had done that early? Because Cherry's perception of the -2 and Hephe's of the 18 with the whip for some reason. I thought that was
Oh
theirs.
yeah, we
My
did
bad.
roll, didn't we?
Yeah, you did roll, but we didn't go over them yet.
Oh, okay. What's the result?
Oh, I thought you were about to have them roll. I'd be like, oh no, guys, those were good rolls.
Oh.
I rolled a 15.
Which for their -2 is pretty good in my opinion.
Hey man, that
I'm
was
like,
my,
those
that
are
was my
good
nature
rolls.
check to be like, no, there's no fish here. Nothing like that.
Oh.
So with the 15 perception, I'm gonna say that you do notice that where previously Lady Licky seemed to be very much enjoying like being in the water and swimming around, this time for at least all of your watch she's been staying on land and has kind of like been always like been within reach of the dome, as it were. And Hephe, for you, it's kind of the same thing as was with Fluke, that a couple of times you see something swimming, and when you look, it's just too late, but you see something big swimming, and you feel like this is not. This to you feels too big for the lost swamps, as it were.
Something's not right. Give me a sense of unease. All right. Then can I wake everyone up?
Other than that, and the screaming, your night passes uneventfully.
I would like to wake up Asri first.
All right.
Asri, I got something to tell you.
And I kind of, since I'm cuddling Porcelain, shake her awake as you're waking up. What's up?
All right. So Fluke told me that your cat jumped in the water and it died in there. All right, and that's not good because there's no way someone like that lives here. And I'm seeing something big swimming through here, and that is not right. That's just not right at all. So I think we might need to fight it or something. It might be, I don't know, maybe one of those like Abashi or something that was attacking us earlier.
Okay. Can we do breakfast, coffee, and summon Chonka's back? Maybe he saw something before he poofed.
I think that's a good idea, but also, just so you know, I can control water and I can make a vortex or a whirlpool. I think we might be able to like capture it within the water or something without even having to go in it.
Makes sense. Fingers crossed that works.
I'd certainly prefer to keep the high ground, I say as I sit up.
All right.
And just for reference, so everyone can see what it is, I'm talking about the. Let me
water
fix
spell.
that a little bit better.
I remember using
Where
that
is
spell.
this?
No.
Put some spaces in there so you can actually read.
What was I just about to do though? So I'll take the 11 minutes then to cast
An hour and 10 minutes.
tiny hut to make sure it
Oh,
doesn't
sorry.
pop on us. My apologies. Then I'll take the hour to get Chonkers back. And assuming that they don't mind, I will also take 10 minutes to cast water breathing on all of us since we're about to fight a water creature.
There we go.
Look, just
Alright.
like
I like
point at
that
you
drowning.
like I was going to ask. Thank you.
Yeah, I can also cast water walk on us, so we can just walk right out on there. I don't think we want to be in the water when I got whirlpool going.
Question about
What?
how water walk works with the walking water works if it tries to drag us under, Hephe. Would it keep us buoyant and prevent it from dragging us under?
Well, it mentions at the end, if the target creature submerges like with a spell, the carrots the carve it to the surface at a rate of per round.
So I'd
That's-
say
and-
if you're trying to drag something that has waterwalk on it, you'd have to have a pretty high athletics check to keep it under.
Okay, that was more Asri wondering because about whether or not this creature would have that capability of being strong enough to just drag us under despite the magic. And I'm asking Hephe if he thinks that, but then she'll like realize halfway through her question and like, you don't know anything about this creature because it's not supposed to exist here in the Lost Swamps, huh?
Yeah, that's why I think I want to like hurt it first and then ask questions later.
Understood. I'll note the time for water breathing then right now. And we'll see because of the range on your thing, I believe is 300 feet. Yeah, since you control water 300 feet, we're near this. So first things first, after she does the hut, she'll get Chonkers back. And he will
Alrighty.
poof and pop. And you saw it, he saw teeth and the arm, and that's all, right?
He saw an arm when he jumped in. Then when he was underwater, a huge hand about... no, not as big, but it with its fingers, it could like entirely envelop Lord Chonkers. And when he was grabbed, the last thing he saw was like big teeth biting down on him.
Gotcha. Lord Chonkers will sit there like pantomiming, waving his arms in the air, almost like he's doing a performative dance, going "Mow, mow, 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 splash, 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 mow." And he's gonna just, and she'll like. He says he didn't see much, just giant teeth and an arm. He also regales us with a story of how these massive creatures are going to probably take over the world since they can just go around eating people. And that since he was enveloped by its hand, it can probably just eat us all like a bag of potatoes.
I'm gonna look Chonkers right in the eye.
He looks scared.
Not if
Wow.
I have anything to say about it.
Maul! He goes and he lands on your shoulder and like kind of does the Maul hiding behind you. Maul!
I will say, Ezra, though it may be over covering our bases, since you have it down, 10 minutes just to make sure we don't go around seems like...
Which, for the record, I say this, but Decorm would also be aware. We've been here for since we woke up at this point, for like an hour and 20-odd minutes. So almost an hour and a half. So if everyone's okay with waiting another like 10, 11 minutes before we head out. But I mean, I think that he was going to use the water control either way.
Yes, but I'm more concerned that spell shoots us up, but if they're powerful enough, they might could keep dragging us down. I mean, I know you want to he'll look over to Hephe. I know your spell should cover us, and you don't want to wait too long, but it's 10 minutes to make sure we don't drown. Make it like impossible for us to drown. I think that's fair, right? Looking at Hephe, because Hefe's the one that's in the rush during most things, given what's going on right now.
I thought Decorm wanted to ride his lizard, but I realized that was metagaming.
I mean,
I just want to go. We don't need to walk over the over the lake, right? There's plenty of just land. Let's use that. If God or as a pool of health wanted us to swim, she would have given us gills.
I mean, that's why she gave me the ability to walk on water, so I can just walk across.
That's cheating.
I mean, I thought we wanted to figure out what this thing was and get rid of it.
Plus, I assume you also can't cast water walk across the hour that I was doing the like at the end of the hour and 10 minutes when I was ritual casting, right?
Yeah, I just figured like when we're done, we'll gear up, be ready. Like once you're done and ready to go, we can just begin the thing. Or am I confused about something?
I just want to ride my lizard.
You can ride your lizard. Your lizard will have water walk on it.
Okay, so I can ride my lizard now?
Yeah, you can ride your lizard onto the vortex or whirlpool that I'm about to create to find out what the heck this thing is. I also can I send a sending spell to the High Priest of Vapo?
Sure.
Okay. So I'd like to send. I'm gonna send it both in Discord and in Roll20. It's 25 words.
Huge demon fish here.
Huge demon fish here.
Well, I mean,
thank you. If nothing else, at least Hephe says thank you.
Yeah, that used to be something that I was supposed to do, and then I forgot, and now I remember again. Thank you, Decorm. I forgot my manners.
Sometimes there isn't room for them. Depending on the message you're sending.
It's true.
Man, you're gonna oof. Burn your fourth spell slot on this vortex.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it's a good thing to use, though, because I want to know what the heck this thing is. I don't want to be...
Can I ask if Lord Chonkers, like, walks the perimeter with, Hephe before he actually casts it to see if they can find, like, where the creature might be of the island?
Yeah, give me one moment so we can do the... We'll get to that later first, sending spells.
Yeah. I imagine that because we can see it, the water, like movement underneath the water. If it gets close enough to the surface, I can just react based off of that movement. So all we had to do is just be looking out for it and then just go.
I'm trying to give you advantage.
Oh, I just figured like a numbers game of all it has to need is one of us to spot it. So
yes.
And then it's like, hey, Hephe, there it is, and I go, okay. Whirlpool.
I suppose Chonkers could do his own perception check, but Familiar's supposed to give advantage. I was
Bam.
just trying to help you, man, since I have a pretty good... I have +9 in my perception, all right? I'm trying
hey,
to
man,
give
this is a
somebody
team
else advantage.
effort. It's a team effort to gank this fish.
Exactly, so Chonkers can help you. I forgot I was supposed to freaking order fill these.
Exactly 25. I'm just gonna keep word open for now.
Yeah, it helps. So you.
And just for visual sake, let's put you guys over here.
Okay.
Oh, no. We're on the island.
Trying to
Oh,
zoom
okay.
out. There we go.
That's good to know. That's interesting. All right. Are we ready to begin our perception checks to try to find this thing? Or do we want to just ignore it entirely? I mean, we don't have to engage it, but I want to engage it. But this is a team
We know
decision,
you
I
want
think.
combat. Let's just do it.
Hey, I am more than ready to just go back to pool health and do nothing but RP too. It's up to you guys.
Just shut up and roll.
Okay. Did everybody roll perceptions then to try to figure out where this thing is?
I thought someone was
yeah,
giving you advantage.
Everyone who wants to can look around. I imagine that Eshe wants to stay in the dome.
Yeah, Azrael will stay in the dome, and that's why Chonkers is going to help. Try to give the help to Hephe.
I will give this just to be separate perception checks for everyone.
Well, as soon as they can, yeah, okay. I was gonna say, as soon as they cast Whirlpool, we have to run out there and take care of business, because...
All right, Lord Chonkers. Go gadget. Fuck. Chonkers is scared of the thing. It ate him like a potato chip
Oh,
last night.
Chonkers isn't giving advantage. That's just
Yeah.
a 23.
Okay.
Yeah, still good.
Shit's a
I
big
thought you were
difference.
arguing. I thought you were just giving me the argument against it. My apologies. I misunderstood what you were saying about
It's
it.
fine.
Yeah, okay, but I still said just everyone's separate perception checks. So.
The 23 is
I
fine.
knew someone told me separate.
Yeah, with the 6, I'm just gonna say that Lord Chonkers decides to, you know what, I will look, but from within this dome. And he's mostly looking at Hephe. Decorum, you are kind of looking around, but you don't see much. Fluke and Porcelain, you a couple times like think you see something underwater, but nothing. You saw it like last night, and you know that like the things you're seeing now, you're seeing some movement, but it's too small. Hephe, as you're looking around a bit in this area, you see something like the shadow is where, like, you know, when a whale swims underneath the surface and you just see its outline, is where you see a huge humanoid creature swimming around there.
Okay,
Close to 12 feet from in length total,
oh wow, okay.
with an awful lot of arms.
The moment I see it, I'm gonna cast Control Water Whirlpool and try to capture it in the whirlpool. However, I have to do that.
How big is the whirlpool?
5 feet wide at the base, up to 50 feet wide at the top, and 25 feet tall.
Up to 50 feet. Okay, that's pretty big. Oh, that is really big.
Yeah, it's a. I was like, that's when I was like, I'm gonna Control Water Whirlpool gank this bitch.
Use the control water.
We all have water walk on us, so we can just walk out onto the water and just, I don't know, cast spells or do something at it. I don't know.
Okay, I need to go into this screen too.
Not sure how this part's gonna work, but I have lots of guiding bolts.
The fact that I now know that this swamp is over 25 feet deep is just scurry.
It is a very deep
Swamp.
place.
Here, do you want help?
Yeah, I've got it at this point. Doesn't look like a good show. Okay. So, is this location about right?
You tell me. You're the DM. I'm saying I'm trying to make it so it works.
Oh, yeah.
If you
That
think
would be
that's
the
fair, then
area
that's fair.
where you saw the movement, so... and I imagine it's a strength saving throw.
Yes, it is a strength saving throw.
Let's see. I think he is pretty good at that.
I imagine.
What's DC?
Let me just cast it as my actual spell thing. Control water. Actually didn't roll it. Interesting. The DC is my spell save DC, which is 16.
Okay. Let me check real quick what. 25.
Makes an athletics check.
Toward it. Body of water.
Strength saving
Blah blah. You cause a whirlpool to form in the center of the area. The whirlpool forms. Blah blah. Any creature, object in the water. Away from the first make. When a creature enters the vortex for its first turn, it needs to make a strength saving throw or take 2d8 bludgeoning damage
Or die.
and be caught. So roll your damage because it still takes half damage. It is still able to swim though.
Okay.
That's terrifying.
So I'm gonna count this as all of your surprise round. So he takes 4 points of damage. Oh.
Sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna count this as your surprise round and roll initiative, as he now knows that you know where he is.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I'm just gonna move myself outside the dome. I realized I didn't do that.
You haven't brought up the counter yet, Slug?
Oh.
But it still has to make
it
checks
should
to
be
try to
there
get
still.
away from it, though, right? Because it's still like difficult terrain or whatever.
Yeah, it needs to. Oh, and Hephe would be about here-ish. You would
Yeah, because I
also
would definitely be running
outside,
towards it while I was doing it.
and you would also be somewhere around here-ish.
Woohoo!
Luke also, when he was doing his perception check, he also would have been trying to be unperceived. Should I roll like a stealth check for the start of this, or?
There's not really much to hide here behind.
Okay.
Okay, and this screen again.
I'm glad I'm a swashbuckler because that sentence scares most rogues.
Decorm, you see Hephe cast his spell. You see a large green humanoid come from underwater, kind of being sucked in. It does seem to very much dislike it. It makes this like gurgled noise and starts swimming with what you can count are about 4 arms. And you do see it does make some headway, but is for the moment still in the area of the vortex.
Okay. Well, let me check something.
Nice.
Hmm.
The OBS is being very annoying.
I hate it sometimes when OBS says. You know the problems I've had with OBS. You've heard them.
Yeah.
Live has heard them. And I'm glad. It's almost. I don't want to say comforting. I don't wish troubles upon you, Slumperd. I don't. But it is
No, I
oddly
know.
comforting when I hear you have them, because then I know it's not just me.
God in front.
Let me actually, because at this point you'd be able to see it. Don't take the picture too seriously. That's just the closest I had in.
Duly noted. Picture is not that serious.
It is a frightening ass picture, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
You know what? I just want to see if this works, so I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna use my action to cast haste.
Oh.
Oh,
nice.
so wait,
who?
sorry, crap. Let's have our break before combat actually starts. No,
okay,
because-
fair enough.
my
Break,
apologies.
y'all.
That makes
Bye,
sense.
bitch.
We broke Sherry, and I'm not sorry.
I'm gonna see if I can find this video, but I don't think I will. But carry on. Carry on.
Okay.
Carry on my wayward son.
So now that it's a bit more visible and not more underwater, you can see the creature has 2 heads. I'll say from the dome area, you kind of recognize it from the creature that was stalking you when you first entered the Lost Swamps. And on one side, it has 2 arms. On the other side, it has 5. Or 5. Sorry, it has a total of 5. So on the other hand, it's 3.
Chong goes, "No!"
And yeah, as you do notice its hands are like big enough to pick up Fluke or Ezra, just like you would pick up a glass, as it were.
Okay, I thought Chonkus was exaggerating about eating us like a goddamn potato. I feel like this one's bigger than when we saw it in the forest yesterday. Damn! They've been eating his Wheaties. Decorm, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, as it's swimming in against the currents, Decorm.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna try to kill it in my next turn. So I'm gonna lick my boots to get hasted. And then
Alright.
I'm gonna use my hasted action to dodge in case it has some weird things it can throw. And then I'm gonna grab my axe and yell and prepare for my next turn and run. Before I activate the axe, I'm gonna run. There.
All right.
You know,
And
you
you have
still
water
have,
walk.
you have 60 feet, right? That also doubles your speed.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure you were being tactical and not just
Like,
And also,
at
go
this
ahead.
point, it's basically as soon as you enter the water, like from basically anywhere. Wait, let me put on
Your
this
whirlpool.
one. Yeah, basically from anywhere within 25 feet of that circle, you're gonna be dragged into the whirlpool.
But he has water walk,
Hmm.
so that shouldn't affect him? Question mark.
I mean, it's still gonna like pull him in. He's
like
just
being
not
on a
gonna drown.
earthquake, right?
He is kind of like gonna move towards it, but he's not gonna
He
take
might-
the damage.
So he won't
It's like
take
a
any
big
damage, but he'll move.
Dad.
Oh, so it's like Pirates of the Caribbean level stuff where they're shooting each other in the whirlpool, perfectly fine, just kind of swirling
Yeah.
around. All right.
Yeah.
For,
I get it.
it's like the
it's like
anime
you're gonna-
whirlpool, where the whirlpool's only a problem when the plot needs it to be.
Yes.
It's gonna be like Pokemon, where you, or at least where you get dragged in the mid. You're gonna get dragged in the middle, and then the middle is just this turning platter, just standing there.
Just sends you back.
Like you're in the
Okay.
microwave.
And then I don't mean to be this guy, but I was gonna ask, can the haste action be used to dodge, or is it just the dash and disengage? Or is disengage and dodge the same thing and I'm being stupid?
It is not, but let me check real quick.
Well, to be fair, at least in this turn, he can use his regular action to dodge.
No, you
Oh, I
use
thought
that
he was
to
gonna do
cast a
something.
spell.
Oh, that's true.
You can dash, disengage,
True.
or hide or use an object. So you cannot dodge.
No, I ain't gonna do shit. Well, you know what? I can make an extra. Oh wait, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna haste, run there, grab my bow. No, not grab my bow. No, I'm gonna keep it at that.
Okay.
Don't use the exit action yet.
Fluke, you're up.
Okay, well, both seeing Decorum jittering like a madman, Luke will step up a little bit and he will cast Bless on himself, Decorum, and Porcelain.
Alright.
Have the hashtag Bless. Here though, still so far away.
Hmm? You doing more in your turn, or is that it?
I'm looking at distances.
Oh, okay.
Trickiness of distance. Let's see. Ready. Please stay on dry land. Yeah, I can hit him from there. Can't even really get sneak attack on him, but I want to test the water, so to speak. I want to offhand throw a dart at him.
Okay.
Want to test it. See how this goes.
At a
14 probably won't hit it anyway.
you hit him, but you just kind of like in part of blubber of its skin you hit, and it doesn't seem to really hurt him all that much.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's my turn.
Alrighty.
Food has arrived.
As it's Hefe's turn.
All right. So I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
All right.
Makes sense.
I don't know why I rolled with advantage, but it's still a nat 20 regardless.
Nice.
Imagine
Thank
you placed about there.
Yep. Looks perfect to me. I'm going to roll the damage for it. Yes, I'm casting it at a second level. Whoo!
Good
Oh.
damage.
That
Thanks,
is,
Brad.
yeah, good damage, but bad on the... Alright. that.
And then I have an action remaining. I will pull out one of my 10 javelins and chuck it at it.
Alright.
And without advantage now, because I shouldn't have had it in the first place. My javelin. There's my javelin. Let's see. Nope.
And 8, you just hit the whirlpool and your javelin's gone in the water.
Okay, and I don't really want to move, so I think I'm happy with everything that's happened, and I'll end my turn.
Okay, then it's its turn. It's gonna make an athletics check to see if it can move at all.
Yep, because it's within the vortex still.
It's against your spell save DC, right?
Yes, it is, which
Okay.
is a 16.
Yeah. Okay. That's 16 on the die, so and
Okay.
it's pretty strong.
Yep.
So it's gonna. Wait, how does that work? Okay, I'm gonna just.
So it still takes half damage because it's still.
No, this wasn't
inside-
the save. Oh yeah, it's. Oh, it also needs to make the saving throw for the damage.
So it's still within the vortex because it hasn't left it yet. So it still
yeah.
takes damage,
It
which
has
is
Also, is the
both
vortex
the.
difficult terrain? Out of curiosity.
I mean, it's an earthquake basically constantly, so yes. I don't know, DM. My apologies. I keep answering for
Yeah,
things. and I
I
apologize.
counted as difficult terrain from. Well, technically, because I think let me check the spell real quick. Because it says something about you need to make a saving or an athletics check to be able to move.
a creature can swim away from the vortex by making a strength.
Got in the vortex.
save
Use action to try and
against
swim
DC.
from the vortex that's described above, but has disadvantage. Okay, so it needs to roll again to see if it.
So it has to roll the first time to see if it's caught in the vortex because it's within it, which it said that you passed because it was a 16
Yeah.
on the die. So it takes
Okay.
the 2d8, which is 4, rounded down, and now it can make
a
a
check. Yeah.
disadvantage strength check, not a but not a saving throw, an athletics check.
Yeah, an athletics check. Yeah, it's the same for him, but
Yeah.
that is still 17.
And so he
With
still
disadvantage.
passes.
So he can move, but
So
can
he
he then?
can move, but it's difficult terrain, so it's half movement.
Okay. In that
I
case,
think- Let me see if there's anything more about.
it do said first time each turn that an object enters. Does it say anything about difficult terrain?
I just assumed it's difficult terrain. Maybe.
Because I think it's instead of difficult terrain, you have the thing of where it pulls you back if you don't make your saving throws. Well, either way, it has enough movement to, with or without the difficult terrain, to get to land.
Okay, so it's just gonna come to land.
Yeah,
That's
so
fine.
it's just gonna move here, and we'll figure that
Okay.
out at some other point.
That's yeah.
Oh, that was a
if
bad
it's coming
choice
to
for it.
land, that's perfectly fine. Now what's it gonna do?
As it stands there, its two heads are looking at, like, kind of looking over all of at you. And I'm gonna say their eyes land on Fluke.
Oh. Oh man.
As
Big enough to go
on
right
your
in the mouth.
side, you're with two. Yeah, you're on the 2-arm side, so it's gonna make 2 claw attacks against you and 3 against Hephe.
Okay.
So let's do first on Fluke. 27 to hit, and a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh, everyone don't forget about their 10 HP, by the way.
Question: would that go to Chonkers or Lady Licky for the spare?
I mean, we had an hour and a half. I would have just regaled people with more stories. Give it to everyone.
Okay, fair enough.
Can you do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
based on the creature, not the user. For that
Gotcha.
one.
Yep. It's just a matter of having time, which we had a lot of.
7.
Max.
Another time 7. 14. Take 14 points of slashing damage and 10 points of poison damage, Fluke, as it hits you.
Okay, now
With both its
I'm
strikes,
gonna...
is that?
Wait. I want to try now with uncanny dodge. It'd be the whole thing. So how much damage was it overall? 24, I think you said.
Is uncanny dodge the whole thing? Because it's 2 separate attacks.
Okay, yeah. Well.
But
Okay,
you rolled
now
the same
is
thing
it-
twice, so it was twice 7 points of slashing damage and 5 points of poison damage.
Okay, so it would be 13, so I can uncanny dodge one of those. So 13 down to, what was it, 6 or 7 on that?
6.
Did we round up or down?
6.
Okay, 6, and then 6 plus 13, right?
Yep.
19 total. Temp HP.
As it's gonna make a couple more attacks against Hephe.
No. Bad luck. Bad luck.
First attack is 29.
That I assume hits.
Its second attack is a 13.
Oh. Oh.
And its third attack is a 50. So I
Okay, so
imagine
hit, miss,
Oh.
miss.
one hits.
Oh.
You take 6 points of slashing damage and 4 points of poison damage as this one as well. It doesn't like, it looks like it's going for kind of a slap or punch, but then it just scratches you with your nails, and you see this all kinds of like dirt and weird green goo like slip all over the wounds.
Ooh, gross. Am I within the range of the paladin for extra bonus on my con save for concentration?
I sure hope so, because that's why I stood there.
Okay,
Yeah, it's 10 feet.
so plus whatever. How much do I get?
Plus 3.
Then it's 10 and I pass.
Yeah.
Woo!
Very
Thank you! Thank you, paladin!
And
Your pally pal.
as it does so, it is like kind of almost like yelling orders at you in a language none of you understand.
Bitch is speaking Aquan, isn't he? No, it's no Aquan.
Now, if you would speak Aquan, then Hephe would at least be able to kind of communicate with him, not maybe
That's
fully
primordial.
understand him.
Oh.
But with that, it is Porcelain's turn. Now, Porcelain's turn.
Sorry. Sorry, I had muted myself because I had some obnoxious hiccups going on. Well then. Well, seeing this thing hits 5 fucking times in one turn, I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt.
All right.
Does a 15 hit?
15 just barely hits it.
Oh, thank God.
Nice.
Well, with that, I'm a lot less worried.
For 5 points of ouchie.
For 5
5
points of
points.
ouchie.
You see like this electric current going over one of its arms, but it seems annoyed by it, but not immediately reacting to it.
Oh, that's not good. What kind of things have lightning resistance?
Oh, sorry, it doesn't have resistance. It's just that compared to
Not
the
a lot of
creature, it's not a lot of damage.
Yeah, fair. Alright, and because I need to keep that spell within range, I'm not gonna move, so that's my turn.
All right. Ezra.
One quick question I want to ask is longbows don't need to don't have the reload property, so they do get if I extra attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. Okay, so I'm going to bonus action Kensei shot,
All right.
and then I'm going to take 2 longbow attacks,
It hits.
and then
And that hits.
one of them I'm going to use a key point to where is it? Hold on. One Death Strike it. I forgot to separate this off. My apologies. Death Strike the bottom half when you hit a creature with Kensei weapon.
Okay, so it's on
My
one attack,
martial
right? Or
Yeah, it's only on the one of them.
okay.
So I have gonna roll the actual damage for both of the longbows.
Mm-hmm. 7, 6, 13.
And
Then
then I
both
go
of those get an
2d4s.
extra D4. Yeah.
Yep. Oof.
13.
And
16.
then one of those gets a D6.
All right.
And I'm just gonna roll it as a sneak attack damage because that's the same die. And then I'm going to ask, do I get sneak attack damage because both of them are within the melee range there? Or is it too large of a creature for that?
No, but that's not a thing for the sneak attack. So you do get your sneak attack because you use its distraction on Hephe and Fluke to kind of pick your moments for better shots, as it were.
I just wanted to make sure.
That's 21, 24, and one more, right?
Uh,
Oh no, wait, you get sneak attack
no.
only on one attack. Yeah.
Yeah, I only get sneak attack on one attack, and one of them got the extra keen powered strike, and then the 2d4. So yeah.
All right. So with those two shots, immediately it's kind of like first takes a step back, and then it looks at where it's those shots were coming from, and it now is staring, or with one of its heads now staring at you, Ezra. The other one is still kind of focused on Fluke.
Me behind the barrier, knowing it can't get to me. Why is everyone still outside of the barrier when we all have range? And that will end my turn.
Okay. At the top of the turn, you notice that the island, I unfortunately can't make it smaller in the map, but you see like part of it is kind of like getting also sucked up in the whirlpool as the island starts to get smaller.
Oh.
As it's Decorm's turn.
Okay, time to unleash the fury. So I'm gonna run screaming towards it. And I'm gonna attack it 4 times.
Attack it 4 times.
And the first one, I'm gonna yell, "You!"
Hits.
Alright, I'm gonna smite that.
All right.
Oh boy.
It's 14 plus.
I don't have a smite button yet.
I don't have a smite.
You're a paladin. You have to have a smite button.
I legitimately just thought of like literally of a paladin sitting in front of
Nice.
like sweating superhero meme, and it's got one button that
25.
says smite to see if you kill, and then the second one says save the smite for later. Oh no.
Natural one, Hephe, you kind of have to take a step away as Decorm swings wide and almost hits you.
You're so much kinder than me. You didn't even roll percentile.
13
Hashtag
I know.
bless.
misses.
Hashtag bless.
Oh, yeah. That is true. 16 hits.
Doesn't do anything for nat 1, but
Yeah. Won't do
Also
anything
with a
but
4, I
smite.
wouldn't still reach it. Alright. So that was 25 on the first.
Nice.
Oh, is that a 17? Wow.
Yeah.
That's the most used blesses come in so far.
he's smiting again.
Nice.
You
God.
Kill.
Is
He's just like-
53.
Tom's like, I'm done with this.
I think he's mad he pooped chonkers.
Possibly.
Yes!
Yeah, yeah. 20 hits.
And smite.
Yeah.
So much.
And we'll make it a
61.
second level just for the sake of it.
Oh my god. I love it.
Oh god. Being Ultra Instinct Paladin right now.
61,
No.
70 points of damage. In one go.
Christ.
Jesus.
Okay.
Wait, this was your 4th attack, right?
Yeah, that is my
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, yeah, the chonkers is for the... sorry, I thought you were...
Yeah, that's just.
And one of them missed. God, if he hit
Yeah.
on all of them and smited on all of them.
Jesus. That's what I'm a
This is why paladins can be gross, I guess. I've never even thought about it.
And this is why
Well,
Slumperd wanted to make
this is-
sure that you go ahead.
This is also a paladin that got 2 items that make him attack extra in a
Yeah.
turn.
This is true. You're not wrong.
There would still be 35 points of damage in a turn, so...
How's he looking?
After that, he is looking very rough. But
he
he
looking at
is
me?
definitely still ready to go, and now all of his attention is on you.
Okay, I'm gonna run into the circle.
All right.
Yes! Shit, Asri will actually just kind of look at you like, right. So that's what happens when you get serious. Remind me not to
Killed
piss
Lord
you
Tor-
off.
well, at that point, it's still.
Yeah, hey, so you just disengage saying, fuck you.
He is going to
Yeah,
take the attack of
disengage.
opportunity. Did you disengage?
No,
You
no,
can't,
I
right?
That was on
No,
the
so
previous
he's
round.
definitely-
Yeah, no, you can't. You're
Ye-
wrong, so yeah.
He's going to
can't.
take the attack of opportunity.
That's fair.
That is a 21.
Misses!
Because of the +2 AC. To haste.
Plus the 2 AC from haste. Woo!
Nice. So
Yeah, I forgot about
he
that.
strikes at you, but you're just too fast, and poof, you're already back in the hole before his hands reach the ground.
And
blinked
I've
and
got
you were
a whistle Lord, a lady Licky also to come inside because I don't want to retaliate on her.
She can't come inside. Or when she
Oh,
comes
yeah,
inside,
of
if she
course, yeah.
comes inside, but she can move over here,
Okay.
which she actually probably would have done, as this was the creature she was afraid of during the night.
Yeah, she's hiding behind
Fair.
the barrier.
All right.
And I can do it again next turn. Well, without a smite, but.
Look, you're up.
Luke's just like, oh,
Oh,
damn. And he also notices his attention says to Decorm, like, you know, that was a lot, but I was about to give you credit. You were paying attention to the right target, and now you're not again. Looking at me the whole time. So now he's going to stab this man.
All right.
I think 70
With the
points of
pack
damage would
knuckles.
argue.
28 hits.
Wouldn't have really mattered, would have hit either way.
You're not wrong.
And now, just as an extra fuck him, I'm going to use something I've never used before. I am going to, well, actually, I don't think there's any way to post it, but I am going to use one of my charges of, my blade is this, Fortune's Favor, which is the Yin Blade, to give him disadvantage for his next round.
Let me check real quick.
It's when you hit an enemy, you can expend one charge
Yeah.
to give them disadvantage on attack rolls for their next turn.
All right. Then
And
that's your turn.
I mean, I might as well offhand swipe at him.
That still
Another
hits.
20. 2 and
22.
you know what? I'm not gonna move. I could back off and try and make him chase me, but I'm also worried about Hephe getting the 5 shits beat out of him. So
5 shits beat out of you.
And
I
then
mean, they're gonna be at disadvantage, but
at this point, he is still very much focused on Decorm.
that's
Hephe,
fine.
your turn.
All right. First things first, I'm gonna move the spiritual weapon
Okay.
to attack and kill it, or not kill it, but hurt it.
Hopefully kill
I
it.
mean, maybe.
It took 70 points of damage in one turn, my man. We don't know.
That hits. Seven. Yeah. That. It is starting to look very hurt.
Oh.
Well, at this point it is very hurt. It was already, after Decorm, it was already rough.
Well,
I had a 26 on top of 727. He's taking over 100 damage now.
He's taking well over 100 damage in total.
Yeah.
time for some spiritual guardians.
Oh
Alright.
god, just overkilling this man. Fair, he's about to attack us.
Wisdom saving throw.
This is
the
not
best.
allowed to live near my home.
We passed it once, and it hunted us back down. It
What
chose death.
Yeah, what did I stare into Lord Chonker's eyes and say?
It did make its saving throw, so it takes half, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
half. I imagine it's radiant damage.
It is.
So that's 7.
And I believe you told
That
Lord
Plot
Chonkers
twist,
you were
full of
gonna
health is
kill
an
it.
evil god.
Yeah, something like that.
He's being hardcore evicted.
Is that your turn?
It is.
All right. As it's his turn,
He takes more damage.
he does. He also has to make another saving throw.
Did it? There it is.
There it is. He failed this time, so that's the total of 11 points of damage. As I always forget what your guns look like. Vines, right?
Vines, yeah.
As vines like start pulling and pushing, and they kind of like start crawling around where Decorm and Fluke left wounds, and start like reopening those and trying to pull them. And as this turn, I will say that Fluke and Hephe both noticed that the wounds that were left, even though they definitely are still very heavy and he's still very clearly very wounded, they are recovering remarkably fast. As he kind of makes himself a bit smaller and kind of pulls his arms back in, and as he like spreads them out again with an enormous force, I need both Hephe and Fluke to roll strength saving throws.
Oh,
Ooh. Fluke!
That's not good.
No!
I mean, I have less, for what that matters.
Oh, by the way, because I cast Spiritual Guardians, control water is now gone.
Okay. So the water returns to normal.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter, but I'll roll it. Maybe a 10. That's a 10. Hefe's okay.
Hephe wasn't worried.
So, Hephe, you see the attack coming, and you kind of block it. You stand your ground, and you only take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as he hits you, and you're not moved. Fluke, as you are hit, you wait. That's 10 total, so that's yeah. You are moved over. You're landing on the water actually. And you take a total of 30 points of bludgeoning damage as he smacks you over there.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
I think you can. I'm not sure how uncanny dodge works.
I think I just have to see it coming, right?
Training is training.
Let me check real quick. I think you can, but just to be sure. Turn 5th level attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction. Yeah, so I count that.
Okay. So, it's almost like I passed. 15's still a lot, but hey, I'll take it.
As he moves over here, he moves with an incredible force against the dome. You can hear like the thunk as he hits it, and he's starting to kind of like try and squeeze through it. The dome holds, but he is trying real bad to break it. And that's his turn.
Just sad I didn't get an attack of opportunity. Because I could have stink attacked him again.
Technically, Hephe does get an attack of opportunity.
Hephe want to smack him or something? I don't know if Hephe cares.
Hephe would absolutely care. Give him a second.
You're not on mic, Ralgo.
Hephe, you're still muted.
Mm-hmm. I was saying, I think I have a javelin in my hand. Yeah, so javelin.
Yeah. So with the javelin, you try to stab him, but you're still like a bit shocked from the hit you just took, and you miss him. Does the bless wound help with this? As we get to Porcelain's turn.
Alright, well, despite it being the highest rolling dice that I have, my lightning thing did not do very much. So I think I'm going to drop that. And instead... Oh, okay, we're not going to do that one.
Like what, shatter?
Something like that. Okay, that's much more. That's not so sprayed out. Alright, then I'm gonna go with Chromatic Orb. So I take out a diamond. And fucking shoot this bitch. Oh.
Hashtag bless.
Yes, I was gonna say, can I use that D4?
You can.
This is the exact time to use that D4. That way you can hit.
With that it hits.
is.
It really is. And I said no, dice. You let me. Or fuck. That's
Wow.
not what I meant
I'm
to click.
glad.
Oh, wow, that's better.
Oh, got it out of the way,
There
right?
we go.
18. Taste
18.
that with lightning this time.
Which type of damage does it become?
I'll do lightning again for this one.
Do you choose with chromatic orb, or is it like the?
Yeah,
I thought it
you
was...
You do
choose.
choose. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was like the chaos thing where you.
No,
It's my
chaos rolls
choice.
is random.
18 points. Oh no, just barely. It still holds on. As it's starting to realize now that it can't get through the barrier, and after you hit it, it kind of like is tiredly like sulking, and it starts looking around, and now it spots porcelain, and you feel like he is going for you next turn now that he realizes he can't get through the magic wall.
Mm-hmm. Azri, your turn.
Okay, that's right.
I imagine I can't, because of how close it is, just punch through my barrier without it popping, huh?
No, that's
I didn't know if it disappears if all of me leaves, or if it was if I could like have just my fist. Like if my fist goes out the barrier, kind of a thing. But in that case, it's
Surprise,
gonna be.
motherfucker.
Hey, I'm just saying, if I can punch like up to my elbow through the barrier and it's okay, that'd be cool, right? But like at the same time, part of me left the thing. I get it. So in that case, what we're gonna do is we're going to second verse, same as the first. We're gonna Kensei shot.
all right.
Longbow 1. Well, wrong thing. Longbow 1.
17 hits.
Longbow 2. Why is it? There we go.
17 hits.
17
again.
hits. Longbow 1.
And
Longbow
with
two.
that, how do you want to do this? With that first shot, or maybe with both shots?
Can I shoot 2 arrows into its eyes and said, "You ought not have pushed the chonkers button"?
You can, of course. So as you shoot him, and 2 arrows fall into one of the head's eyes, and the other one is already like kind of like drowsy, and both of the entire body just falls backwards onto his back. And as it does so, I need everyone to make a wait, everyone. Let me check. Yeah, everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god.
Even
no.
those of
I
us
love
beside
it.
the barrier?
Yep.
Anyone who makes for porcelain and decorum, you do get blessed on that as well.
Okay.
And Aura of Protection for Ezra.
And that's plus
That should
3,
not
so
be
I'll
a
take
damage.
it.
That's a 14. But it's
14.
an 18 anyway, so it works.
Oh, that is 17, 17, 19, 8. The quorum was because with the no, wait, you already have it in the 11, so you also roll the bless.
Doing that right now. I love fossil bless of the there it goes 15.
Okay, with a 15.
Porcelain, you gonna roll? I don't
just,
know, 7.
she
17's
rolled
pretty
first,
good.
right?
Yeah,
She
I was
rolled
gonna say 17. I'm good.
And I got a 17 plus that 3, so I've got a 20, and that's. I hope I'm. If a 20 doesn't beat it, we're all screwed, right?
Porcelain is tough
Yeah.
as nails.
All of you pass it because 15 was the DC.
Nice.
As all of you take 10 points of poison damage from this gas cloud that immediately emits from it as it falls on the ground.
That makes sense. Alrighty.
And you see
Hey.
some of its wounds kind of like starts almost worsening and opening larger, and more gas starts kind of pouring out of it.
Starts putrefying.
We need to go, I think, right now. As my, What's with the second Han save?
Lady Licky was just barely in the...
Concentration for haste.
Okay.
Well, if she passes and it's only 10 points, right? Oh, concentration for haste.
Do us actually, because that do also make a saving throw for Lady Licky.
Oh, come on.
No immunity or anything against poison. No.
no, this might kill her.
She has 10 points of thing, so like,
Oh,
as
yeah.
long
Yes,
as
she does.
Yeah.
but
So
she's not
she
blessed or
loses
anything.
her temporary HP, but she is still okay.
That's one thing where everyone lost their temp HP even if they didn't get hit that entire fight.
Yeah, that temp HP is what kept Azri from taking any actual damage just now. Once
I'm gonna
again,
say,
nice.
After having 2 sessions of Bless not doing anything, I'm very happy with all that.
Yep. Is the island still shrinking, or did that seem to stop once the whirlpool
Once the
stopped?
whirlpool stopped, the island stopped shrinking. Like it kind of like sacked into place, but very quickly after it settled.
I just wanted to make sure that that was a cause of the whirlpool and not something else.
No, that was the whirlpool.
Alright,
And with that, you're out of initiative. Though I do recommend you immediately move away from here, because technically you have to make con saves every couple turns.
Oh no, yeah, I immediately, if this place is filling up with that fog, she's like, we need to get out of here now. And she's
Oh
going
man,
to look.
I wanted to see if it had anything, but I don't want to die over it.
Chonkers will stay back for a few minutes to like kind of ruffle through his pockets, see if there's anything he can snag like coin, since he's immune.
Make an investigation check for Chonkers.
Oh, I don't know why I thought for a split second he's only got. All right, you have a positive intelligence, Chonkers. All right, investigation, go gadget neutral.
No.
Chonkers doesn't.
Yeah.
You know what? We're sticking to the thing he was afraid of it. I asked him to go look at that, and he looks at me like I'm stupid. Like, Mao? And he goes to fly near Decorum.
I more imagine it just like smacking it a bunch, just like, you asshole. Just
Mao.
I was
Decorm
gonna
message-
go with he comes back with a couple of the teeth of the creature, because that's what killed him.
Oh my god, I love that better.
And if only you were a higher level
Decorm
monk,
is gonna
actually, you'd be
just
immune to
save
poison
a few
too.
seconds of him just
No immune poison for me.
being completely exhausted, and then he's gonna climb on Lady Licky. Say, can I now ride my lizard?
Get out of my... Okay, Shrek.
You're definitely muted.
I cast thaumaturgy. I'm gonna shout, "Get out of my swamp!"
Well, he's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, no,
Yep.
I assume that we're all heading out now.
And I'm gonna look Lord Chonkers directly in the eyes when I'm doing that.
Yeah, Fluke's just hobbling. Like, oh god. Get away from this thing. Ugh. Swamp better be
So.
grateful.
With that, you have another day of travel ahead of you. I'd like at least Hephe and probably no, actually only Hephe would know. So Hephe make a survival check with advantage.
Okay. And at some point, I do want to take a short rest.
All right.
Yes, that would be nice.
Okay, 24. With your 24, you realize that probably you think about this during your short rest when you're just on another, like maybe when you hit the banks, you take a bit of a moment to get your breath back and everything. So you can take, everyone can take a short rest.
Okay.
And during that, you figure that at the pace you're going right now, you could either arrive at your clan today, like at midnight, as it were,
Nice.
or you could take the rest first and then arrive in the morning next day.
What do you think, Hephe? Arrive fresh and ready to take on the day, depending on what's there, or get there as quick as possible? I'm willing to do whatever you think.
I think that we should get there as quickly as we can. I don't like what's going on around here, and I need to know what's going on. I mean, I am a little spent, but I still got lots going me.
Okay.
That fight freaking hurt, but whatever we gotta do.
What was I gonna say?
I mean, you can roll as many hit die as you need.
Yeah, I won't have as much later though if I roll too many more, but
I can also touch you if you really need it.
Can I give you a hit die?
Probably will.
And remember, you get. Ooh.
Oof.
I can touch
Well,
you.
that wasn't worth it.
I mean, we might be going into combat, so going into I'm gonna do it one more. I want full HP going into what might be potential combat.
Oh wait, are key points short or long rest? I think they're long rest,
Short.
They
right?
are
No,
short,
short.
I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll get that 1 key point back then.
Yay.
I guess I'll just use them all, but oh
Yeah.
god.
Just keep using them, and then if you don't have enough, I'll touch you.
I used 4 arrows, so
On the bright side, with the short rest,
I wanna be. Sorry.
It's okay. With the short rest, just now that after Fluke recovers, it feels better. Just like, well, at least we kicked that thing out of his ass. That was amazing, Decorm. And just go on for a little bit and use Inspiring Leader.
is that
Yeah,
Ooh,
you are
that's short
in
rest too.
fact correct. I am pretty amazing at times, most of the times. Thank you for
I
noticing.
instantly regret giving you a compliment.
And that's
I
your
don't.
fault.
I do have to say that I took his swings a lot better than than that thing did. High five, Decorum.
You certainly did. Thanks for the training. I feel very comfortable with this weapon, and thank you for decursing it, because every time I use it, I do feel a little bit angry. So I don't even want to. I kind of want to know what it would have felt like if you didn't decurse it. Can you recurse the decurse?
DD curse it.
I'm gonna look at him.
Is he joking?
No.
I'll ask Pool of Health.
There we go. Okay.
I have a feeling she's gonna also say no, but you can try. We're gonna
You
see
can
her
always
tonight.
try. Thank you.
After we figure out what's going on, you can ask as long as everything's okay.
Yeah, of
I
course,
will-
of course. I won't be.
I will say after all
I know
that
how to
kid
deal
rep-
my. She's basically nobility right here.
I mean, she is our spirit. We literally owe everything to her.
Yeah, I know a lot of people feel that way. So we'll manage.
Also, maybe don't ask too much from her. I mean, we are trying to get rid of you. You know what? So maybe asking her to do more things than she can might be a bad idea.
Yeah,
What are you trying to
in
get rid of
time,
now?
in time.
Huh? Oh, I mean, he's a knight of hell for a reason.
Fair enough. He's a knight of health. As I look to him to see if he accepts that title.
Are you looking at me?
Yes. 'Cause it's like, so you're knight of health. Perfect. And she smiles, waiting to see if you rebuke the title.
Not really. I've had one encounter with her so far. That honestly, I still don't understand the difference between that encounter I had with her and the time I took shrooms in college. So I'm not completely on board
okay.
yet.
So it's
But-
like an
but-
interview
but-
of sorts.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure
I'm
the
open to
clarity
new
will come in time.
experiences.
Well, I'm sure clarity will come, but I mean, like, it's like an interview. He's saying, like, hey, are you worth being a knight for? And maybe help prove like, hell
Yes.
yeah, I'm worth being a knight for. And then Decorm will be like, hell yeah, I want to be a knight for you. We don't know. It's a what's the word? There's like, when you're taking a
Of course,
time period.
it's like speed dating. Like there needs to be a match.
Yes.
I would agree that it is important that all parties like each other.
And I like Hephe, so we've got that going. Not in a date way, Hephe.
Hephe.
Yeah.
Before this can get any more awkward than it already is. I know you're very set on getting to your people as quickly as possible, to your home as quickly as possible.
Uh-huh.
However, given the circumstance, perhaps it'd be best if we were to stealth into and see what we can make of the situation before rushing head in.
I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna be expecting me to be here. I mean, as far as all they know, I'm on like way on the other side out of here.
Which is precisely why I suggest taking full advantage of the element of surprise.
What's more surprising than me showing up with all of y'all?
If we to if we were imagine we walk in, right, and Chody's got all the rest of your people tied up somewhere, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you can't get to them because he now knows you're there because you've walked in and the surprise is gone. Whereas we walk in there stealthily and see that your people are tied up, and then we free your people first before confronting Chody.
I mean, we're gonna get there in the middle of the night, and well,
And
Fluke's quiet. Fluke's quiet. Fluke can go in there and see what's going on, and then come back, and then we can charge in and save a day, save a night.
Luke, you are rather quiet.
Oh, so you, Asri, and perhaps sending two in.
I guess I'm relatively. I guess I'm relatively quiet.
The problem with, well,
Can Asri see in the dark?
It might be better if Asri
Chonkers can.
Since a cat with me, honestly, just because you can't really see in the dark, I don't believe, right?
I would like to remind Fluke that we have canonically established that Chonker's wings glow in the dark.
Ah, okay, yes, not that then.
I was like, that's something we established.
I may have to go in on my own, depending.
Fluke.
Asri is pretty good at having a light foot, but I don't want her bumping into anything.
Are you willing to be our scout?
I mean, it's one of the things I'm good for, really. So you're literally talking about my area of expertise there, Hephe.
All right, well, that's the first step to being a scout of health, so I think you should do it.
Scout of health? Not everything is of health, Hephe.
Listen.
Sometimes we're just friends helping you.
It can all work together.
I will say I will be taking my other sword in there, though, because it would be... If I do get discovered, I'd rather be able to literally dash out of there at hundreds of feet in a couple of seconds would probably be handy.
I think that we've established basically a routine of just tossing them back and forth to each other at this point.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's good to... I sense some defaults, but it's good to mention, because I don't... If we get ambushed, I don't want to say, oh no, I had the other sword. I want it to be fair.
Fair enough.
Saying it for prosperity's sake, not for the, oh, well, it's not my fault, that or the other thing.
Fair.
As I stated, I would have the haste sword during watches and in town. I don't know if we want to count... It's technically a town, but we're also infiltrating it, so...
Yeah.
That's I don't know if that would technically be covered.
Alright, well, I toss you the blade as I have done many times before.
And I will toss you the other.
Does that make me a spy of health?
Depends on what role you want to play within the group.
I'm not going to be anything of health, I don't think. Maybe. I might be. I'll see when I see her. I'll probably end up being something of health.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I don't think Fluke would have honestly thought that much about religion, so he's just like... Just,
Okay, so anything you want to do more during the long rest, or are we
Or a
gonna...
short rest.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, short rest, you're right.
Let us go!
I think we're good.
All right.
Other than making sure everyone gets their 10 hit points back now.
So, as night falls, it gets both very cold and very dark in the Lost Swamps. And, it's, I'm gonna say, close to 1-ish a.m., Hephe, you recognize the territory as, like, marked as part of the Silverblossom clan. You know that the way the village is set up is kind of like surrounding Pool of Health, so that it is very difficult to come close to Pool of Health herself without someone noticing you. You also know that there's at least always multiple people awake and traveling around to make sure that no one that you don't know suddenly appears in the village.
And that's not happening right now?
Well, this is still like before you would be there, but
Okay.
this is like the information you can give to Fluke to
Guide him. Okay.
to guide him elsewhere.
I'm gonna ask Hephe to, forget, you can see decently in the dark, right?
I shake my head.
Oh! Fluke's just gonna rub his claws together, just like...
I will note,
Excellent.
you do know that there's also gnomes and elves in your clan, who can definitely
watch
see in
out.
the dark.
Watch out for the gnomes and elves. It's okay, good. Granted, we don't know how how on board the gnomes and elves are, if anything. But if they see a kobold there, well, if they, that's sort of it's like, Hephe, did you even know what I was when we first met?
I think there's kobolds in the Lost Swamps. I'm not sure. Well, let me really quickly check on that, Hephe, because if there are kobolds in the Lost Swamp, then you definitely would know that. Then I have to that one.
Researching? Oh no.
What's in my world?
No, so you probably wouldn't have met any kobolds before, Fluke.
I'm gonna shake my head no then.
Okay, so if they do spot me, I don't know, and like try and scurry away like some fair lizard. That might be helpful,
Very
depending.
clothing.
It's I'll be cloaked. They won't know if I'm quick enough. Look feral. That's the point.
You can always cast haste and bolt.
Yeah. Okay. So, yep. So watch out for the gnomes, and we're also aware that they're like partnered up with evil fire spirits now or something.
I'll shake my head. Yes.
Like, okay, watch out for anyone who looks like they're on fire. Alright, I think I've got the best scouting information I need to know. I mean, your people don't do, like, traps or anything, do they?
They do.
Oh.
Especially in between the normal roads going towards... like, the closer you get to Pool of Health, the more likely that there's a trap somewhere.
I'm assuming he can at least give me a basic warning on the traps. What traps I might run into while surveying.
Yeah. They're mostly traps definitely to catch, not to hurt, as it were. And just traps that will make a lot of noise if someone triggers them.
Well, Fluke still doesn't want any of those, so he's going to be cautious of the traps. Okay, and then he'll just kind of start slinking in.
Okay. Make a stealth check and a perception check.
Okay. Don't... Did I still... Okay, 19. That's not great, but it's not bad. And then perception. Get advantage off. Good at both of them.
12 on perception. Okay.
Still not
Gonna do
terrible,
this
but,
probably in a couple of runs. The first part of it is just you entering kind of the real terrain where they live, because the terrain that is like quote unquote the Silverblossom clan's terrain, as it were, is much larger than the village itself. So as you enter the village itself with a 12 in perception, you notice very little movement. You figure that you're fairly sure that the people who are wandering around at night that Hephe mentioned aren't close by at this point. And you figure you're not close enough to Pool of Health yet to be close to any traps, as you don't see any. And for your next run deeper into the village, if you want to, make another stealth and perception check. And if there's anything specific you want to try and look at or do, you can tell me.
I'll mention it right now. He's just slinking, sticking to trees and just trying to be, not be seen.
Okay. With a 21, you managed to get deeper into the village, definitely undetected. This time you do see some people, you manage to stay away from them. They clearly kind of don't seem to be expecting to watch anyone. They seem kind of calm and, how do you say it? Almost kind of jovial, as it were. They're more complaining about having the night shift than really expecting any intruders.
It's definitely paying attention. And they are speaking common, right?
They are speaking Sylvan, probably.
Ah. I do not understand them. That's unfortunate.
With a 17 perception, I will say that you also notice that just the village in its entirety seems very calm, as it were, very serene almost. If you want
That
to
is-
try and get deeper in again, another stealth and perception check. You're not here, Hephe. How would you know?
I mean, we'll see if I get back out.
28 and 18. Okay.
Certainly don't see anything. I sure hope. I hope.
With a 28, definitely no one notices you. Until, with an 18 perception, you make a wrong step and suddenly you feel something snatch at your foot and you're kind of stuck for a moment. And as your reaction immediately is to kind of like pull your leg free, you hear bells going off and suddenly you hear movement coming from around you, closing in on you.
Okay, gonna try and cut the rope and make a dash.
All right. I'm gonna say cutting the rope. You can do make kind of check would this be? I'm gonna say dexterity check.
Okay. That's like sleight of hand, maybe.
Yeah, but like for the movement, because the cutting of the rope, I'll just let you have as it were.
Oof.
Good.
As you start moving away, one of the guards that you saw before, an elven man, older man, just kind of manages to grab you by the shoulder and pull you for a moment. Make an athletics check.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Hey, pretty good actually.
Nice.
With a 15, as you try to pull away, he kind of manages to pull you closer to him, and but you do manage to kind of, as you notice that he and a gnome that's coming from the other side also you manage to get him off you as he's still only holding you with one hand. And the elf is speaking still in Sylvan, but in a kind of slightly confused but kind of calm manner to you, as if he's trying to tell you, like, just work with us and we won't hurt you, as it were. What you do?
That's a great question. Oh, that's. I think he's just gonna try and let me see. So he's only got one hand on my shoulder. He doesn't really have a good grip on me.
No. He's technically, you could like unclip your cloak and just leave him with only your cloak as well.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. I don't like leaving a cloak behind, but like, yeah. I mean, he could probably talk his way out of this, but. We'll pull a health too. Pull a health and heal them.
So, what should you do, Fluke?
I suppose he'll probably start off, and I guess I'll try and sound indignant, like, and saying comment like, "I don't speak your tongue." try and pull away a little more, but still trying to get a read on these guys. First, basically testing if they speak common, for one.
Okay, the elf is still gonna try and grab you with his other hand as well. Do you want to resist that?
Yes, would I be able to roll an acrobatics for this one? So,
Yeah,
since
that
it's
would
kind
be
of a
an
grapple.
acrobatics check. I'm sorry, this elf. Wait, that's 18. This elf keeps rolling. He hasn't rolled below a 15 yet.
Oh!
Nice.
So he manages to grab you with both his hands now. And hearing you speak now, he make an insight check actually.
Oh, I'm not good at that yet. Okay, let's see.
If
Ah,
you
that's not bad.
kind of see him be relieved, as it were, as hearing that you can at least speak some form of language.
Yeah, right.
And he kind of looks like at the gnome as the gnome comes running at you. And he says something in Sylvan, and the gnome says in common, "So, and who might you be?" Don't seem like an animal who got caught in our trap. That happens sometimes.
Well,
You can call me Deku.
Oh,
I was just He's been thinking up fake names due to not only due to porcelain, but the fact that he might have to be disguising himself. You know, what with
Deku.
cultists and everything, and yeah, he's been pondering this. So this is actually a fruition thing coming on here.
Okay, Deku.
Yeah, he's going with Deku on this one. I was just kind of getting a feel for this place. It looked civilized, but sure, if I was walking into some sort of tribe that would want to skin me.
He looks slightly confused at what you're saying. Roll deception check, actually.
There. It's not great at that, but... yeah, it's about a 9.
Fluke, become a better liar.
That's what the skilled feat is for. And eventually reliable talent. Then he'll be a great
And-
liar.
What clan would you be from? Or are you just wandering in the middle of the Lost Woods?
I mean, I come from a not really good geography. I come from a cave many miles away. I did see a couple of ogres and very awful things that looked like they would treat me like a tasty snack.
Not roll a deception check with advantage.
Like, the ogre part is technically not a lie.
Yeah, and it also makes sense for the context of the Lost Swamps, as it were. Like, there are clans who would just kind of eat something if they thought it was small and tasty enough.
Look,
God. Not
at
good
least it's
rolls.
over 10 this time.
Yeah.
It is over 10.
And he also rolled a 3 on his insight, so he's just gonna
Yay!
have a bright smile on his face and is, well, welcome to the Silverblossom clan. We'll get you a room. And the elf, now much less stern, or much less, he's not physically holding you, as it were, anymore, but he's still kind of like, what's called, gently but firmly leading you as they start walking you to a hut, not really on the outskirts of the village, but also kind of like a little bit away from most
Blue
huts,
just
as it were.
paying very close attention to the scenery because he is fully intending to slip out at some point, and you know,
And
he wants
as
to be able to find his way back.
And as he kind of, as they walking you, the gnome will tell you, like, give this kind of apology for the traps and the scare and everything, but they have something they need to protect, and they've been told that there's people who are here to hurt it, so they've been a little bit, they've been more regular with their watches as they are normally.
The question is like to hurt it. Is it to? We talking like hags to corrupt something fancy, or like hurt in what
Yeah,
way?
something along those lines. It is. How would he say this? Sorry. As a bit of a succession crisis, as it were, right now. But you don't need to worry about it. We'll figure that out.
Just let me know where not to go. I'm not looking to, damage some sacred. I don't want some ancient god mad at me. That's way too much trouble.
Okay. Well, in that case, I recommend, and he points at like a very large direction, so that even if you were actually trying to go there, you'd still not really have a lot from his directions. He kind of like points the entirety of eastward for you. No, westward for you. As he says, then don't go in any of that direction.
Will do. Like he does not mind at all that he's being vague. It's just like, what direction to avoid? And we didn't come from east, right?
Yeah, you came from the northeast.
Okay, more to the north. And going to be a little annoying if he gets caught on the way, but...
As you reach the hut, he'll say, so you just sleep here for the night, and tomorrow morning we'll find something foodish. I don't know, you seem like you eat lots of meat. It's a thief, sorry, if that's an assumption. Anyway, we'll have some breakfast tomorrow, then we'll show you the rest of the clan, and or you can move along, depending on... You were traveling from where to where, you said?
Let me see. If Luke's seen a map, which way would probably have mountain ranges?
East. You do actually... Fluke would actually know that, like, mountain ranges... like any mountains, like near the Lost Swamps, the biggest ones are the hills you kind of just came from in the...
Oh, so he could honestly just be honest which way he came from. Like, yeah, that way.
Oh, you're heading back. Well, then you were going exactly the opposite way. Do you want us to... And actually, he'll... if you let him, at least, he'll take a moment and like point at a couple of star signs and everything and kind of show you how to trek north while in the Lost Swamps. Because at this point he thinks you're just very, very lost.
I mean, in a way, he sort of is.
Alrighty.
That's some good direction. That's some good heading.
As you are left in the village, you note the gnome will just kind of continue on his way. The elf will actually stay in front of the door where you are sleeping right now. Like, it's a small hut. I'm gonna say about like 10 by 10 feet.
Yeah,
It's just a small kind of bed on it. It seems like gnome-sized. And the elf is just kind of sitting in his meditative trance in front of the door.
Okay. Options here.
Yeah, so what would you like to do?
Very good question. Feels like he probably should have run, because I don't know if he got that much more info out of them.
Well, you ponder that. The rest of you, as you are waiting for Fluke to return,
I'll say when we hear those bells.
you hear a lot of bells. You do hear them quite softly as they're still pretty far away from you.
I look at Hephe. Is that good or bad?
I think good.
I think he might have been found.
Those were some good bells too. That was an 18 perception check those got me on.
You
God.
got very close to pool of health, and the traps get very well hidden once you get close.
Well, here's a plan B, I say as I open my hands and Elvira takes off. Go see
Chonkers
if
will
he's
follow.
all right.
Okay.
Chonkers is following with his glowy-ass wings after the bat.
He was going to, but
I mean, he is a
Chonkers
fey
wants to, but
creature,
Ezra is keeping him off of it.
To be fair, Chonkers is a fey creature. It won't be very literally stealthed, but it'll be stealthed in the way that it looks like it belongs.
Make a perception check for Elvira. And if you want, you can roll a stealth check, but no one's gonna bother if a bat flies around.
Yeah,
here.
even if they see it, and I was going to be like, hey! Perception. Wisdom.
At about the time that Elvira reaches the village, she sees Fluke being explained something. Wait, as familiar, it understands common, right?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, Elvira here's the entire explanation about how to use the stars in the Lost Swamps to find north. And after that, she sees Fluke being led into a small hut and an elf sitting in front of the door.
Is it only a door to the hut, or is there a window?
There are two. There's two windows. Both of them, like the windows themselves, would be big enough for like a Fluke to get through, but there's this like wooden like cross in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no glass or anything.
Oh,
Back
she's gonna fly right in.
Alrighty.
While Fluke's wandering, she just flies in, just like, excellent, excellent, excellent. She's just gonna scritch the bat a little bit, just like, okay, this will at least help me get in contact. And Fluke's gonna pull out some parchment and some ink. You are going to be my best friend right now.
She clings to his shoulder.
Now,
Actually, now that I think about it, I think that she's big enough to like basically wrap to her thumbs around you to be on both shoulders, technically.
yeah, she's
She's your new cloak.
Bat cloak. Now,
You got the cloak. Oh no, wait, you didn't take the cloak off in the end, right?
Nope.
No, I considered it.
My bad.
I was hedging between talking my way out of this and screeching and draconic and running away.
Always screech.
Go feral.
Exactly.
The
now,
message Fluke's writing is just, I did not go feral.
I considered it. Now,
I
do you
have
want me
been
to actually
contained.
write out the letter, or should I just like vocalize the letter you guys are going to get back from the bat? We have a preference.
You can just vocalize it.
Okay, so he'll start writing just like, got discovered, very well hidden bell trap, considered just running and gutting, but decided against it. Very nice elfin gnome. They do not see, everyone doesn't seem that much under distress, even if things are a little off. Elf still outside, considering knocking him the hell out with my blackjack and heading back to you, but did say they would kind of show me around the morning. Don't know if that's a trap, but I don't know if they'd have much reason to suspect me, as I am just a strange little kobold in an unknown land. And I don't think I give off that much of a magical, I'm going to corrupt your lake vibe, or I don't see it. He'll ... I don't think I seem like I'd be associated with Hephe just by the looks alone. So I'm going to send this back with Elvira. Please advise what you'd like me to do. I am happy to keep playing along, or give this poor elf a deeper sleep. And then he will dot and send the bat off.
Once Porcelain's finished reading that aloud to everyone, she's going to say, "Is he always knocking people out?"
Yes, it's his thing. Apparently.
Hephe make I'm gonna say intelligence or history check. I don't know if it matters for
Happy
you.
he's not killing people, okay? That he takes the effort to knock them out.
He's a little murder hobo. It's
Um,
okay.
With a 6,
We all have one.
you don't know much about who the gnome is that he's talking about, but you figure that the elf that caught him was probably, and I'm have to quickly gonna find his name because I didn't have that prepared, of course, yet. So give me 1 second. That one. You figure that is probably Almer.
Okay.
Almer Silverblossom, who you know is usually the one with tasked with the protection, not the how do you say? Not specific. He's not like your village wouldn't like see it as a guard, as it were, but he is in charge of making sure that no people with bad intentions come to Pool of Health.
Okay.
You also know him as a pretty capable fighter.
Makes sense. He's the solo person guarding an unknown thing at Pool of Health. So
Yeah, he does have a bunch of people that help him with it, of course. But
Yeah.
he's definitely an experienced fighter.
yeah. So I think we should write a response in 2 different pieces of paper if we have it. One telling Fluke not to knock him out because that's a friend and he's capable and you probably wouldn't be able to take him, or at least be a good fight.
I just write down you probably wouldn't be able to take him.
And then on the second piece of paper, and also tell him to give him the second piece of paper. And then on the second piece of paper, I want to explain to Almer, say, Almer, this is a message from Hephe. The person that you have is acting as my scout. I've received information of trouble from within the clan, and I have come to figure out what's going on and make sure everything is safe. Can you please bring him and you to the edge of the clan to meet and talk with me? And if I have some kind of seal on me, and if it's possible, I'd like to leave a seal or some kind of like sigil or some kind of signature that maybe only I would know, or if I don't have some kind of physical thing.
I think you might have a symbol that you could draw or something along those lines, but like a real sigil or a seal, you wouldn't have that.
He scoops up some mud and he puts a muddy thumbprint over the top.
Well, hold on. I have a question. Can't he just untie his sigil on the that's attached to his goatee? Or is
Or
that
he could
your
just draw
spellcasting
it.
post?
Well, would the bat be able to carry my sigil that's on my goatee?
What's
I
made
say
out
yes.
of?
Would.
Oh yeah,
Also
definitely.
gonna assume
Then
he's
yeah,
gonna write out
that's a
silver,
good
but
idea.
don't
I
think
would do
the-
that just to further convince him that everything's on the up and up.
I don't think the elf spoke common either, so it's
Okay.
probably all in silver. I'm
Wait, I
assuming,
know
right?
Almer, right?
Yeah.
Should I just do a
I'm
sending
mostly
spell,
asking 'cause
guys?
that way, because I wanted to know if Fluke would be able to read it, which I'm assuming he's gonna write in Sylvan and he won't be.
Yeah, I would. Now that you think about it, sending is probably the is the most surefire way for Almer to know it's you.
Yeah, that way you at least know for sure that Almer will believe it's Hephe.
Okay.
Fluke honestly would have been questioning, like, would have been pondering, just like, is this guy under the thumb of the new guy? Am I gonna get into a fight by giving him this? That sort of thing.
I do like to imagine though that you first sent the first letter with the note of wait for the second letter, and then thought, wait, we can just guess sending and then guess sending.
Well,
Well,
no,
not
the two
send the
letters were gonna
second
be
letter.
together, 2 pieces of paper.
Okay.
So we haven't sent anything yet.
Okay.
Haven't said anything yet.
Almer, you have caught my scout. I heard there is trouble in the clan. Please bring him and come to the edge. Or can is there a certain spot that I could tell him to come to, like that we would all know because like a meeting ground or something that's at the edge of our territory or somewhere that I could.
I'd say there is kind of the
Meet me by the old witch elm.
I'd say that there's probably a spot where when you left, because he would probably definitely be one of the persons to see you off, as you are then to be the next Hephes bar. So you could probably send him there.
Spot where we last met.
Okay, I think this is what it's gonna be.
Though I like how you're like, oh yeah, we could just send this, and you send the sending before you send the letter. He's gonna get freaking Alf's gonna get information before I do.
He just opens the hut. Deku.
Why didn't you just say you knew Hephe?
Oh, he doesn't speak common either. So just starts saying things at me in Sylvan.
Yeah, so I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Like he just opens a door and gives him a big hug.
Or he starts trying to kill me, and I'm like, he's been turned, and I don't know why.
Hey, listen, if he starts trying to kill you, that means that you gotta kill him. That's self-defense, and that's the way it is.
I mean, it definitely is. But it's just like, why are you trying to kill me? Like, what? I don't speak your fairy tongue.
Watch it not be Almer. But at least Almer's a guard, so Almer would know where someone would be. So still, even if it's not Almer, Almer would be able to figure it out. Hopefully.
Yeah, he's not coming out with it. Okay, give me 1 second as he has too many words still.
How hard is it to say, okay, on my way? I have a feeling that this is not what I want to hear in response.
It could be I can't do that right now. Sorry, here's why.
Well, that just means I'm strolling in with my war party to rescue my scout. No scout left behind.
I'm also interested to see Hira's response, and that's probably going to change the contents of the letter you've started writing that I'm still going to later get.
I mean, there's no point to get you the letter if we're going to meet up in moments.
Well, I literally asked in the, well, yeah, I guess it depends if he takes me out. That's going to also be just like, what? I'm not going to just let you do take me places.
You ain't
I
getting me to no second location.
That's where they kill you.
God damn it, Cherry.
Okay, he's just not gonna be able to say what he...
Once. That's fine.
Yeah, so it's gonna cut off.
He's not smart enough to know all about sending, huh?
Well, he does know, and he was really trying, but in the end he's just gonna give you half a sentence. He just in the end gave up on getting it to work properly.
Like in his meditative state, like angrily groaning, just like, the fuck's going on out there?
What the hell? All right, so he says it's best that I stay away from the village till I've met Chody because he can heal me. So it sounds like Chody's lying to everyone. And also, he said that he didn't catch anyone, and then Fullen said to wait till, and then there's nothing. I'm assuming Fullen is a gnome?
Yep.
So why is he saying he didn't catch anyone and still say Fullen? And I don't have any more...
You know what, make an insight check.
Okay.
This is sounding sketch more by the moment.
Yeah, definitely is. Definitely is.
Wow.
He knows his village. He knows his village.
You figure that Folan caught someone and told Almer, but that Folan said something along the lines of.
So don't, basically he's saying
just...
that he's not going to bring him. Okay.
Well, he's basically what he says is that he wasn't there for the capture, that Folan did the capture.
Means he's either lying or this is a different elf.
Or he's just not taking
And
credit
with
for
the
capture.
27 insight, I'm gonna say you know that this is a different elf. Someone, not Almer, is sitting in front of the hut.
Okay.
You made wrong assumptions, sadly.
Yeah.
Also,
Well,
that
it was
means
a
he's not
6 on my
capable
roll,
fighter,
so...
though. So there's that.
Alright, well, that doesn't do me any good, because it doesn't sound like he's gonna do it. And he wants me to stay away from the village, as if Chody is the good guy. And I don't like that misinformation, and I'm pretty confident I can convince everyone that I'm not the bad guy. So I am going to
Hefe's
look...
very confident, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the group, and I'm going to say... he's saying that I need to stay away, but... And I don't think he's going to bring Fluke back to us, and he's been caught, but they ain't going to hurt Fluke, but I don't want Fluke knocking anybody out.
You also said something about healing, correct? That could be a form of mind control or mind influence. They might try to heal Fluke if we don't get in there quick enough.
I am afraid of that. I think we should start going and just go in there real calm like, not hurt nobody. Go in there real peaceful and just talk it out and see if we can't figure out what's going on. I want you to all put your weapons away, please.
As we're looking at how her weapons are bigger and the same size as her, they'll be sheathed?
All right, just don't have your hands on them. That's all I'm asking. Kind of just smile and wave when we go in there. Be all friendly. Everybody's real nice there. You're gonna love my people.
This is gonna go so wonderfully. It is a shame that Fluke would have input on this conversation, but can't give it. Haven't sent him a letter back yet.
And then I'm going to pull out the see invisibility lantern, and I'm going to light it, but I'm not going to use the see invisibility part. I'm just going to use it as a lantern, and I'm going to lead the way towards where I suspect that he's being held.
All right.
I mean,
I guess we know where he's being held because the back can tell us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless anybody's got a different idea, I think this is what we need to do to get him.
Honestly, I was thinking maybe I could just sneak in and break him out while you guys go and have a conversation and distract them.
I mean, there's someone guarding him, right?
Yes, and I'm sure that I could get past them. Without knocking them out. because unlike Fluke, I don't need to knock somebody out to hit a pressure point, so they just lock up for a minute and then we get the hell out of there.
I know, but right now they think that I'm evil, and if we go in there and start causing trouble, then they'll just believe that I'm evil, and we won't be able to change their minds. I think if we just go in there and talk to them, they'll listen. At the very least, give us an opportunity if we go, or give us a chance. If we go in there and just start doing things, then there's no chance at all, right? I mean, we already tried once, and thankfully nothing bad happened. But how many more times till something bad happens?
Inverse question is, if we go in there and not try to get Fluke out immediately, it could be too late, and we might not have a chance, and we've thrown our chance away by doing it that way.
And that's why I'm saying we go in right now as a group to where he is and get him.
Okay, so long as if diplomacy fails, I want to make sure that you're okay that diplomacy failed.
I mean, I am not gonna hurt my people.
Okay.
Hephe's the politician we deserve.
Hephe definitely doesn't have the American mentality, we'll say that.
So, before the group of you arrive, Fluke, after a couple of moments after you've sent the letter, the door opens and another elf, the previous elf that was standing, or was sitting in front of you, is now kind of standing, slightly looking, how do you say, grumpy but obeying, as it were, as the... you thought the previous elf was old. This one seems, even for an elf, that he's basically about to fall over at any point.
Oh, jeez.
As he opens the door and he says something in Sylvan, and he motions with his arms for you to kind of like move out. And he sounds... the way he speaks and the way he moves, you figure at least that he's very clearly used to authority and having people listen to what he says, as it were.
He's cautious, but he'll walk out.
And as you start moving out, he'll still say will say something in Sylvan again, which is a bit of a tongue twister. And then the both of them will just move away.
Oh, so they're basically just letting me go?
Yeah, they're telling you to... basically, they're just telling, get out of my swamp.
Get out of my swamp!
He's confused, but also not looking a gift horse in the mouth and just being like, yeah, okay. And then he will try to start heading back, while also, hopefully not getting caught again. He's like, he doesn't want to meet the different factions of this place right now. Just like, wait, why'd you let him go? Just he just wants to get back to the group and figure out what.
Make a perception check.
Okay. I'll also still stealth if I need to.
Yeah, you can do it. There aren't many people right now watching you, but.
That's a 12. I shouldn't have advantage.
Yeah, 12 on perception. So you're 100% sure that nobody saw you.
Yep.
And once you're a bit into a way out of the village, you suddenly see in the distance a light going on, where Hephe turned on his lantern.
Okay, and this is out of the village, right?
Yeah, this is and they are moving close into the village, as it were.
He's gonna still be approaching the village. But he'll basically get on a side path to basically watch them pass. He's not gonna just walk into the light, but he's gonna kind of.
Okay.
So
as they get close to you, you recognize everyone.
Ah, it's like, oh, guys, hey.
Oh, they let you go?
Yes, there was a very old, grumpy elf that said a bunch of things in Sylvan. And they basically gestured for me to leave, get out of the swamp. So I don't really know what that was about.
That was all.
Oh, that was Almer. Who was the other one?
I mean, I didn't really get a name.
I mean, what you look like?
He'll describe what the other elf looked like.
Let Fluke make a intelligence check and Hephe make an insight check.
Like, okay at that. Well, but that's 20.
Okay, I'm gonna have to type one thing out real quick before.
I don't give a good description, but you must know that person intimately.
With a 5, you. So from the first description that Fluke gave was just like, oh, this is an old-looking elf, and to Hephe that immediately sprung to Almer. But now with knowing that it's still like an older elf, but and probably also still in the guard, you figure that it is probably Tanil. And he is he's mostly known as a hunter. He does also he does what is needed for the Clannistber, but that most of the times consists of hunting creatures that invade your territory.
Okay, and so Tennille was the one that was sitting out front the door, and then
Yeah.
Almer was the one that came and let him go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tanil is probably, maybe that's why you know him so quickly, the one that taught you how to hunt and how to explore your territory, as it were, when you were young.
Oh, you met Tennille? Tennille? Oh, all right. Well, he and I go way back. He taught me how to hunt. All I gotta do is talk to him. He'll know everything's all right. And also, Almer let you go? Well, that means he at least trusts me a little bit if he let you go. I think we need to go talk to him right away.
I mean, I will say everyone seemed pretty okay with everything going on there. So it's certainly not like an obvious tyranny. I'll say that. Also, you have decent traps. I was keeping a good eye out, and those bells snagged me, and they were on me quick. I was considering just, hissing at them and running away on all fours and looking like some feral lizard folk, but figured I might get more information out of them, which I guess I got a little bit.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, because we do hunt, and if they just thought that you were prey, they might have, just gotten rid of you. Also, we've had this territory for hundreds of years. Of course we know how to put stuff down and make sure nobody knows how to get to our sacred territory.
What, did you think it was gonna be easy?
I didn't think it was going to be easy. I just didn't think it would. I didn't think I'd be caught there by freaking bells on strings. That was unexpected.
Fluke, what is the most important thing to you?
Gonna scratch his head and ponder. I guess the guild as a whole.
Now, what if that couldn't move, and it had to stay in one place forever, and you didn't want anybody to get to it? What would you do?
I mean, we get hired, so we definitely want people to get to it. I mean, I guess we'd probably put it underground and make it more of a hush-hush thing.
Like I said, it can't move. It's stuck where it is, right there. What I'm trying to say is you make it hard to get to, and you make sure you know everybody that's getting there. All right, let's go.
And as you're going, I suggest we end the session here.